Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome back to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. Specifically today, we will be previewing the Chelsea away game against Manchester United. And it's going to be a difficult one. I don't expect it to be easy, even though United have been struggling. But before that, we'll take a look at we'll address some news items and then get into the lineup building exercise, get into the match preview proper lineup building exercise, and then look at some training pictures from yesterday. And after that, we'll try to address comments from the manager's presser. More importantly, I hope you're all doing well, and I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show once again. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people. Once again, big up to all of you. I'm gonna say hello to those of you in the chat already, and we'll get into it immediately without wasting much of your time. Anthony Crino is in the house. Anthony, nice to see you. It looks like this is your first time in the chat here. If that's the case, then welcome. If you're at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. And I have my brother Adebayo Markunju in the house. Nice to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for always supporting the channel. Thank you so much. That does go a long way. And keep dropping the likes on the stream. People who have just 2 likes, we should be doing better than that. And that's because we're 7 minutes into the show, the intro, plus how long I've spoken so far. But just by the way, let's move on and start addressing the news items we have lined up. The first item here says Torino have joined the AC Milan in showing interest in Chelsea forward Amanda Broya. And from what I know so far, Chelsea do not want to sell the young Serbian international. Correct me if is it Serbian? I hope I'm not mixing things up, but Chelsea do not want to sell him. He signed a long-term contract just a few months ago. And plus, we've heard that the manager, Mauricio Pochettino, loves him. And he's a player with some quality. He's different from Nicholas Jackson, but he still has a long way to go. He's still very young. I think at most 22. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I get it. He's been out for a while and has just recovered a few 2-3 months and now. And I think he needs time to also regain form completely. But I think that's a good play in him, and I'm hopeful and the manager will be able to bring out the best in him. And you can argue he's that type of a striker, number 9, that Pochettino likes to work with, capable of dropping the participating in the play and creating chances. Albanian, thank you so much, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know why I always mix it up, but I appreciate you correcting me there. So I'm quite sure he stays. But he needs to take his chances whenever the opportunity comes. And I think he will get a lot of opportunities. And that's because we have hybrid number 9s. And amongst him, Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, I think he's a more of the 3 that is more of a traditional number 9. And I think he will come good. Let's say I have my friend and bro Eugene in the house. Eugene, I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. 4 likes, so let's get the likes up at least. Let's go. Let's get it up to 10 likes as soon as possible because we're 9 minutes and getting to 10 minutes into the show. Nice to see you, Eugene. I hope you're doing well. All we are saying is give us Broya. I think he will do well. Give him a chance. He's different from Nicholas Jackson, and as you've heard me say just a few minutes ago, he's more of a traditional number 9 than the other 2, the Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. But that's by the way we move. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Broya is the only one that can head the ball. Yep, he's good aerially. I think I agree with you, and I've seen that myself. Let's move on from Amanda Broya. I'm not too concerned. I think, if anything, this particular report is from the perspective of the clubs that are interested in him. It's not saying that Chelsea are looking to sell, and this is normal. But the good thing is that the club understands his potential, and they want to keep him as long as he shows he has a quality, as long as he shows that he can become better. Of which I've said, I've argued before. I've seen that. The problem is that he's been out for a while, and it would take time for him to regain a full form, in my opinion. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yep, Eugene. I'm sipping on my own coffee too. It does go, yeah, because it's still 3:11 a.m. for me, so the coffee come in handy for me. And my friend M Bro Chelsea Mitchell is in the house. Mitchell, I don't know if you've seen it. I have your channel as one of the recommended channels. On the homepage of Chelsea Perspective, and that's because I really mean that. I really want us to grow together, and that's because you know football, you know Chelsea Football Club very well also, and plus, more importantly, you're a very nice person. But Mitchell, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. If you're in the chat from Eugene, I think Eugene, you subscribed to Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel already. Debayo Makunju, and also Anthony, please go check out Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel, subscribe, and let him know I sent you. So quickly, we will move to the next item we have lined up so we can knock out the news items and then start the match preview proper. Yep, let's go for it. All right, let's see the next one there. I think I have an issue here. The way this is working, I'm not sure why that is the case. We have this one. Yep, Chelsea have been tracking Copenhagen's Rooney Berge. Rooney Berge, I think he's just 17-year-old. Yep, he's just 17, and he was the guy. The last time they played against Manchester United, I think he scored the last goal on the day. He's an excellent player. He's still very young, but he's really, really good. I'm not surprised that we're looking at him because that's how we do business these days. We tend to look at young players with between the age of you can say 16 actually to 23 at most. Yeah. I don't know. I like him. If we're gonna be signing young players, then yeah, we might as well go for Rooney Berge. He's an excellent player in my opinion. And if you're in the chat, if you have anything to say with regards to the reported Chelsea's reporting with regards to our club's interest in Rooney Berge, he's an excellent player. But I'm not sure how serious that is and that we are with regards to signing him. And if Fabrizio Romano says that we're looking at him, then chances are we'll sign him in the future. It actually used the word tracking. I'm off so fully here. The East and Gist in the house at the same time, so it will be a lot of fun today. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 7 likes, and quickly, I want to appeal to those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you, and that's because you watching alone does go a long way. And but we want to ask you for a quick favor, a tiny bitty favor, just to take a second to drop a like on the stream for us to help us garner more likes and to get the YouTube algorithm to push the stream to more people who will be interested in joining us with the topics we'll have lined up today. Yep, that's excellent. Devayo and all the people in the chat, hi to all of you. And I'm going to move to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Right, this one here is talks about Dujan Whispers. The young Jamaican international was signed. I can't quite remember how old is he. Let me just find out for you quickly. That he is on his way to London. This is not the first time we've heard this. I think 3 weeks ago or so we did hear something similar, saying that he was on his way to London and could go get into the first team straight away. I don't know why that's the case. But from what we've heard and from Ty's a player profile video, he seems to be an excellent player. I haven't seen him play before. Yeah, but we didn't just sign him for the sake of signing him. I'm quite sure he's good, which was why we had to move to sign him over other clubs that were interested in signing him at the time. Dusan Whispers age. Let me check that for you. It's just he's just 18. Okay, let's see. Dusan Whispers, Whispers Richards. Yep, three names, a middle name Whispers. Whisper actually no S there. He's on his way to London. Let's see what the club does with him, whether he plays with the academy or whether he'd be part of the first team. And actually, I don't know him well enough to actually recall what position he plays, and I can't quite see what I have on the other screen here. But that's by the way, we're moving from that. Let's see what else we have here. Through Simon Peter Aziwe. Aziwe, that sounds like a Nigerian name. Following from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Nice to see you, Mr. Simon. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you and thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Chelsea Perspective community. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask you is just to keep it civil. You're welcome here. And Mitchell Boy saying a great winner for the boys. Just finishing watching the game closely to have a decent view of what happened. I've watched it like 3 times. We actually played well. And had it not been for the red card, you could say with in all honesty, I'd say we could have scored more than just 3 goals, in my opinion. We played well. It wasn't the best of game, but we played well enough to get a win. And kudos to them. Even with 10 men, even with a man down, we still played like we wanted to win it. He's 18. Yeah, I've seen that on the screen too. Hello to you too, Constantine Dante. Much love to you too, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. Thank you for saying that. Let's see anything else to touch here. I'm a changed man. If that makes you happy, I'm a changed man. And I want to keep it like that. I know it's 3 a.m. Sometimes I have to wake up 2 a.m. That doesn't help. But yeah, I'm early. Do you want to celebrate that with me? He's a striker, you think? Okay, we'll see. Let's see. Thank you so much, man. Aziwe is a Cameroonian name. Oh, okay. Sounds like African too. I think probably the reason I mentioned Nigeria was probably Nnamdi Azikiwe came to mind, and Azikiwe doesn't differ. Just I is the only missing 2 letters. If you add KI there, then it'd be the same as Azikiwe. But welcome, my West African brother. I hope you're doing well. Badi was back. Great performance this game. Badi was excellent on the day. He did well, and I do strongly believe that he will start the game tomorrow. Thank God, Winani Esewi says hi, everyone. Hi to you too, Mr. Thank God. I hope you're doing well. He had a great game. I think our defensive line, they did well that day. Giovanni, great job, Coachila, and that's my boy. I coached him when he was, I think, 14, 15, an excellent player. Now a New Yorker. Hopefully he gets to play the game again. But nice to see you, Jude. Darling one, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. But you are an Arsenal fan, so I'm not going to hype you that much. I'm going to move on to you quickly. Catch all good. Yep, coach all good. Okay, I didn't know that was what you meant actually. So let's hear what Adebayo Makunju has to say. Adebayo Makunju has to see. I don't know. I'm looking for a name for you, given how critical you are of Nicholas Jackson's start to life at Chelsea so far, and his, you can say, football and intelligence and ability overall. You have to be a fantastic player to retain your place in this Chelsea team by next season. I think I agree with you. I definitely, totally agree with you, and that's because we have talents everywhere. We have Cesare Casadei, the young Italian international, and we have Andrea Santos, who's rusting right now, or rotten maybe, at Nottingham Forest. We have Angelo Gabriel, and a few others that I can remember. So you have to be excellent, and that's a good thing. Considering our gluttonous signing activities, no place for work rate merchants. Wow, that's an indirect dig at somebody I know, but I don't want to mention the guy's name. Good morning, coach. That's Chelsea FC. Jingles, that's my bro. Jude Mesole, Ladipopo Mesole, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning, bro. I hope you're doing well. And if you're watching, if you haven't, please go check out CFC Jingles. It belongs to Oladipo Mesole or Jude, if you prefer. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He releases, I think, I don't know how many per week, but a lot of good videos that will learn you, informational videos that will help you learn a lot about Chelsea and football overall. And I like watching them, and he will tell you that himself. And I think I've seen a Deborah Makanju there too. I like this C boy too. Yeah, I think he helps us mix it up a bit. He brings balance. Without him, we'd have all ball playing, and you can say, yeah, I agree, intelligent defensive line, but you need to mix things up a bit with aggression. That was we had a perfect balance during our run to the was it 21-22 Champions League final. We had Rudiger, and whenever again we always have a mix of either Rudiger and Andreas Christensen or Rudiger and Thiago Silva, and it was a perfect balance. And I don't want to see to have the sort of issue Man United have had for 3 seasons, right? 3 seasons right now, where they have a ball playing defensive line, but they no balance. They lack aggression, and Maguire isn't good at being aggressive. Whenever he does that, they concede penalties, or he gets close to killing or unaliving somebody for just trying to use a safe language so the video don't get demonetized. But that's, by the way, yeah. How do we pick a 2 from this 3 and a Cowell to West to come back? West is also excellent. West is a bit more aggressive than Badia Shile and Thiago Silva too, but he's a mix of both. West is excellent on the ball. He's overall an intelligent defender, but he carries the ball more than the other 3. So I think it will be easy for the manager. And by the time West will be ready, I think we'll have European assignments, which will make it easier to rotate, and every player will be happy. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We'll have 13 likes. We should be doing better than that, people, because we have 27 people watching right now. But let's see what else we have here. I am rooting for your club because of you. I know you mean that, and that's because I know how much you respect me, but I know deep down you're an Arsenal fan. But much love to you, my brother. Always nice to see you, Jude, Giovanni, my bro, my boy. I always like to see you, watch you play football. Hopefully, you get a chance to play again. You can say at the highest level soon. Let's see. Big up, CB 1234. I'm not sure I understand what that number means. You have to elaborate. Big up to you, to Chelsea boy, saying hello to Mitchell boy there. I hope you're doing well. The Chelsea boy 1234. Okay, now I get where the number from Mitch's message is coming from. We better not be Charity FC tomorrow. I don't think we'll be, because I was thinking that was going to be the case against Brighton. Yeah, given the fact that Brighton, they were depleted. I get it. They had Mitoma on the bench and all the. I think the only Brighton only they missed what's his name, Estupinian. Any other big name? I can't quite remember. You can say that was a full strength of Brighton. They were just being more economical with their selection because they have a European assignment and they played midweek. But for United, like the beautiful game said yesterday, that it will most likely end in a draw, and that's because that's been the case for the games between us and Man United for a while now. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I hope it doesn't end in a draw. I think if we win, it will go a long way for us. Have uploaded? You've uploaded. That's Jude saying that he's uploaded 6 videos between Saturday and today. Thank you, Coach. Please help us raise the subscription numbers. I think we will. You can share the link to your YouTube channel with your other. Maybe I will just make this when I get a chance. I'll make you a moderator. This particular. Let me do that. This particular account, so that you're able to share the link to your channel whenever you're here with this particular account. That will happen. Let's grow together. Let's see. Yep, Chelsea Mitchell Boy has shared the link. to his YouTube channel. He says live stream tonight at 19:00 UK time. Please be sure to go check it out and let's help him grow too. Please pop over and subscribe. I have lost one subscriber, so one more will be awesome. Yep, you shouldn't worry about the subscribers because you're a good content creator. That will that will that will you will get as many subscribers as you want eventually. It's just time. Let's see what else we have here. And we have a Red Devil Studio. Bro, if you're doing another show, I'd like to comment. Just hit me up via Twitter. And believe me, bro, yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing you on. You're a friend, and I'd like also to collaborate with you on your end or your own end if you invite me and I have time. Because you've been supporting the channel for a while now, and we should collaborate. Let's see, we should have won comfortably. Unfortunately, yeah. Whatever happened happened, and I don't like name calling players. Moment made it more difficult. Brighton had a very average team playing no names. You could argue that, but the truth is that we started well. We played like we wanted to win that game, except for ill discipline on our end, and we were lucky actually to finish that game with 10 men. Casado could have been sent off too. Colwell overhyped. He's a very average defensively. He's very young. Colwell is in 22, 25. Colwell at most 21. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's very young, and Colwell hasn't played centrally. He's not a left back. So if you're going to judge him, start by considering the fact that he was played out of position, and still he did very well. And playing in that position, he has one assist to his name. The assist he made for Mihailo Mudryk. So I would say, yeah, consider the fact that he's not traditionally a left back. He had to help us. You can say hold down the fort. Fought for lack of a better language, in my opinion. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Ooh, man, you find in the house, and a friend of the community. And Red Devil Studio. If you don't mind, subscribe to our other channel, Soccer Perspective. There we cover every football club, not just Chelsea Football Club. And I'd like to have you on the panel there to talk football. And thank God is saying with the likes of Pies, yep, Kendrick Pies, yep, I didn't mention his name. To me, you could say he is actually the most talented of all the players that we haven't seen represent the club. He's an excellent player and has achieved a lot while he was still 16. Has he turned 17 yet? I don't know. With the likes of Kendrick Pies, Angelo Gabriel, Dujan Whisper, and Cole Palmer, all available next season, I think there's going to be a very big competition on that right wing. And here's the thing. I think these days we don't just assign players for the sake of it. I think we've heard, we've been told severally that we often look for players that are capable of playing across all the front line, not just in a particular, not just on the left, on the right, or centrally. So yeah, you can say there'll be competition for every position in our attacking area. Big up my hardworking coach, one love, and Joshua Dan. Nice to see you, brother. One love to you. And people, we should be doing better than 15 likes, and that's because we're 28 minutes into the show. And don't forget, we're still getting to the match preview proper. And then with your predicted lineup exercise, look at yesterday's training picture to see what we can learn from it. And then also dissect and analyze the comments from the manager's presser, which will happen, I don't know what time exactly, in less than an hour. I don't know. I don't rate Captain Colwell too much either. Yet he has a lot to learn. Exactly. I'll take the final part of your comment there. He's still very young. I think that's a good player in him. But he needs to play. We need to play him consistently centrally, and that's just maybe the manager's just trying to accommodate him on the left while Thiago Silva is still here. Because centrally, I'd pick Badia Schiller over him. That's not to say he's a bad player. I think he's an excellent player. He's good on the ball, can pick up excellent passes from the defensive line and all that. But he has a lot to learn in terms of reading the game. I think Pies is 2025. I see. Okay, he has to turn 18 before he can join us. But we did see some reports a month ago or so suggesting that he could come and train with us off season of the South American season. I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember what that the particular report were addressed at the time said. But that's by the way, yeah, he has to be 18 before he can join us. And yep, he's shared the link to CFC Jingles. Go check it out. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And more importantly, he's one of us. And plus, he produces good content, educational, informative. For lack of, you can say, you can call it anything you want, but they're all of great value. So you want to go check them out. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Hi again, Eugene, and thank you for coming back after your coffee. Would you pay Poch discipline-wise? Would you say Poch discipline-wise has no respect from players? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's because if we're being honest to ourselves, we have kids. And if you remember what I said after that Brighton game, I said we played well, but kids will always be kids. We could have, the fact, here's the thing, we could have finished the game with just 9 men. And that's because Casado was playing as if he didn't realize he was on the yellow. And if you ask me, I'd say chances are Gallagher actually forgot he was on the yellow too. So it's inexperience. I wouldn't say no. No. Remember, he was the first to point out the fact that that we have discipline issues. That we have Jackson has to watch his behavior on the pitch. He mentioned other players too. I don't know. I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think so. But I get where you're coming from. Coach, it's your fault. Everyone come an hour later because that's when you usually start. I am working and changing that. I am seriously working very hard to change that. It's not easy. And I would say, okay, I'd rather the daytime show than during the day. I have all the programs that actually don't make it easier for me to host the shows during the day. But I like the evening shows too, which is, I call it evening shows, but it's daytime on my end. But I want to keep the evening show and the Blue Morning show too, but I need help. I can't do it alone. That's because my program, and I got to take my boys back to school and back whenever they're done. So it's not easy. Then they go to swimming too, violin classes and all that. So it's not easy. But I'm working on changing that, and I know I can. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. If we were to sell Colwell, how much would other clubs pay for him? A lot. And that's because, except if he doesn't play that much centrally at Chelsea, but if he plays centrally at Chelsea, there won't be shortage of clubs willing to pay for him. I'd say at least a 40 plus, but I don't think Chelsea will sell him, and that's because Thiago Silva will leave. Trevor Chalobah will most definitely leave in January. I don't see that changing. I don't see I don't see a situation where we get to January, he still be a Chelsea player, except if he's injured. And that's because you can't sell an injured player. But that's, by the way, thank you for that. And Poch says that discipline is very important. But has he backed that up in any way, like dropping a player? You can't. Here's the thing. We don't have the luxury to drop our most important players. Yeah. Or what? Let me use this term. We don't have the manager himself doesn't have the luxury to drop the players he might see as some of the most important players within our ranks. I don't think he has the luxury to do that. And I'm quite sure you understand the point I'm trying to make here, but I'm not going to go further than leaving it at we don't have the luxury to drop some players because of their behavior on the pitch, or to play someone else and still do as well as I believe we've been doing. But that's just my opinion anyway. And Adebayo Marco G is saying Casado yellow was for Badia Sheila. Casado wasn't on the yellow, wasn't he? No. Let me see. What am I saying? Wasn't Casado on the yellow? I think Casado was on the yellow, in my opinion. Did I miss something there? But I'll look at it again. But even at that, he looked lost in that game. He was committing foul after foul. And yeah, okay. I'll look at it again. I'll pay attention when I watch the game again. But thank you for that, Adebayo. You answered my question, Coach. Thank you so much for saying that. Casado kicked ball away. Didn't he get a yellow? I think he was yellow carded, but I can't quite remember.
Not Casado, coach. It's Barichile is right. Not Casado.
Ah, so no wonder why he was playing because I thought he was on the yellow, and I was concerned that he was going to get a second yellow actually. But besides that, in my opinion, I think he was careless. He was reckless, and he didn't do. You could say he that wasn't one of the best his best games, unfortunately. But yeah, okay. Thank you for correcting that. I appreciate that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 19 likes. We should be doing better than that. And let's see if we can get it to 100 likes. We haven't done too many 100 likes since yeah, the end of the transfer window, except but the YouTube shots have been garnering 100 likes plus. Gilbert Junior Jacoby says the problem is a central forwarder. Let me use the language you're using there. We need someone very creative, making proper runs, very creative and making proper. So you're looking at a mashup of a 10. I don't know, or maybe a hybrid number 9 that's capable of creating chances for his teammates. If that's the case, I'll take it. I think we have that in Jackson. And all I've said, we just have to let Jackson be Jackson. But do I think Jackson alone will suffice? I've said no 1,000 times to that. I think we need more than just Jackson. He will come good. He will be Jackson. But I don't think we should see him as a 9 that will be enough to help us achieve whatever we want to achieve this season. I don't know. Tobeho, thank you so much for joining me on the panel. I'm sure you've been following the show. Anything that we've discussed that you have something to say about, you go ahead before we get to the next item we'll have lined up.
How are you, coach?
I can't complain, and that's because I need the above ground. It's a good day.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say, but I'm excited that this kid is coming to London so that we can see what he can offer for us. Hopefully, something good, and then can block some expensive moves for us in the near future.
Yeah, I hope so. I watched the Ty's profile video on. I think yeah, did I? Yeah, I think I did. And from what I've heard, I believe he's a good player, and I don't think the club would have signed him if he isn't. But that's by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here, so we can. Wesley Fofana says it will be fit soon. How soon? I don't know. Soon could be February of 2024. It could be June of 2024. But it's a good sign. The fact that he says, yeah, he will be fit soon. And he's on the grass. He's been running on the grass. He's been training separately. That's a good sign too. Believe me, he's an excellent player. I'm just concerned about his injury record. Even before we sign him, I and some panelists at the time argued that he's injury prone, but he's still very young. He can actually overcome the recurring injuries. I'm hopeful that will be the case because he's a fine player, intelligent, good on the ball. He's also an excellent ball carrier. Hopefully he recovers and stays fit. Let's see. Who's your new panelist coach? Nobody new here. You know him. It's Sabeho, the coolest Charles. I think you know him. Yep. Let's see what else we have lined up here. I want us to get into the match preview as soon as possible. Let's see. Right, this is saying I think Tobeho, most likely you'd have something to say with regards to this about this particular report here, which says that Chelsea, Man United, and Bayern Munich, and PSG are carefully following the contract negotiations between Mike Maignan and the AC Milan. Maignan wants to stay, however, is looking for a significantly increased salary. Do I think Chelsea will offer him something close to what he's looking for? I'm not too sure. I know nothing about his current salary, so I'm not going to get into that much. But I don't really like him. I know he's a good shot stopper, but I don't know. I can't say I trust him in terms of playing out from the back. I would argue he's not an upgrade to Robert Sanchez, who's proven, who's gotten better by each game, and I do believe that his ball distribution will improve with time. He's calm on the ball, but he misses a lot of it. You could say, especially his long ball attempts. But I've known from at Brighton, he was good with the long balls. But maybe you could say he hasn't settled in properly. But I believe me, he's improved. From the first few games he played for us, I was really concerned at the time. But for me, I've seen improvement. I'm gonna catch up with what we have in the chat, but I want to after that, I want to hear your thoughts on Chelsea's unreported. Let me just put it that we reported Chelsea's interest in signing Mike Mignon. He's not a goalkeeper I like that much. Is really Nkunku back or not? Because we need the likes of that when meeting teams like Manchester United. Gilbert, I don't know yet. I think we'll hear something once the presser starts. We'll get an idea whether he starts or not. Tobejo, Constantine Dante are saying hello to you. Now he knows yeah, he knows the panelists and not a stranger. Deborah is correct. Sado was not on the yellow. It was Badio Chile. Thank you for correcting that. I appreciate that. Or let me say fact checking. No wonder he kept chopping players. Yeah, he chopped players a lot, and I was concerned, thinking he was on the yellow. Yeah, I don't know what led to me believing he was on the yellow, because I was truly concerned that he was going to get a second yellow and get sent off. Enzo is one yellow from one yellow card from suspension. Wow. Then I think in his absence, I think the most likely player to play that hybrid of 8 and 6 will be Cole Palmer, or will switch or maybe play with a 4-3-3 structure so that Cole Palmer can play in a deeper position, but on flanking him and someone else flanking what's his name, Moises Caicedo, because he's except if Connie Chukwuemeka comes back, I think he has that intelligence, the ability to read the game to play the Enzo Fernandez role. But thank you for that. Big up, coach. Big up to you, to Phil Sims and Mr. South Africa there. Good to be here. Important win on a Saturday. I hope we can start a streak of winning or starting from Manchester United. I hope so too. And we have a good side. We have a good enough squad to win, to beat them on the day. But let's see what the manager does. Paul Baresa, Mr. Paul, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And I think this is your first time here. And if that's the case, I appreciate you joining us. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil here. Nkunku and Lavia to start. I'm not too sure. We still have to hear from the manager when the presser starts to find out whether that will be the case. Saul Broya, we'll find out whether the club will sell him or not, but I don't think they sell him. Enzo would definitely get a yellow against Manchester United. Yeah, I think it will happen. But let's see. Let's see what happens on that day. Because if he's not playing, I think we're in serious trouble. But that's, by the way, let's hear you, Tobejo. Would you like Chelsea to sign Mike Mignon, or do you think we're good? I'd say let's see Petrovic first. What's his name? Sanchez is proven to be a good signing for us and can only get better. Even though he didn't have preseason with us, I think he's improved significantly from the first 3 games when we were all concerned. And you could argue at the time that probably was down to the fact that he hadn't played for a while at Brighton before we signed him. But let's say you, Tobejo, Mike Mignon, do you want Chelsea to sign him? And if you're in the chat, let's hear you. Do you think Chelsea should sign Mike Mignon, or do you think we should first see Petrovic or sign someone else? Let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear you, Tobejo, if you're there.
I would say no, because I have my second thoughts about him. He's an injury-prone goalkeeper, so I don't want us to buy a goalkeeper that is an injury-prone. I know maybe we can fix that when time goes on, but we'll never know, right? And he costs 70 million. So let's say it costs 70 million, then he get an injury from the preseason, and then he misses half of our games. Will that be nice for us? also our fan base will be crying, oh, why did you buy a new injured from goalkeeper and stuff? So at the moment, I'm fine with Sanchez. And then, as I said, we haven't seen Pretovic yet. So how about just give these two goalkeepers a chance, and then we will see end of the season what can we do. But overall, I think a goalkeeper takes time to settle in. So I won't judge Sanchez uh, during his first season at Chelsea because it's on and off. But one thing I like about Sanchez, in terms of aerial duels, he's so
Mhm.
good. He's so good. And then I want a goalkeeper that always do that. For example, if we have a opposition team having a free kick, I know Sanchez 80-20% he will do good for us. So overall, I'm happy with the goalkeepers unless something dramatic happens.
Yeah, Sanchez. I think so far to me, he's looking like you can say one of our most important signings at this past transfer window. He's done well. He's improved by. You can say he does better by each game. In my opinion, he does well. Really, like you said, high claims, lots of high claims. But in terms of high claims, he hasn't done that consistently. But I know with time that will come. Given that goalkeeper's age, like fine one, as we would say, I would say, I think he can always only get better. Marlo Gusto, is he injured or what? Yep, he has a knock. Um, I don't not well acquainted with the sort of injury he's carrying right now to be more specific, but he's out. But James will be available for selection because he was two yellow cards in a game, so which means it's just one game suspension. Yeah, he's injured. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. The next two games after Manchester United are not bad. Everton and Sheffield. Those are the sort of games that I'm actually concerned that I dread. And that's because Everton are very, very pragmatic. They will sit back and try to hit us on a break. Maybe with Nkunku available, would be a different team altogether. So sitting back won't be that much of an issue, or teams defending deep will not be much of an issue for us at the time. Certainly, I'm certain that Nkunku will start against Everton. Sheffield United also, I'm certain that he will start those two games. So I'm not too concerned. Maybe I shouldn't be too concerned. Let me just put it this way. Maybe I should not be too concerned how deep they would defend on the day, because those two sides, for me, they're very pragmatic. They know we like to keep the ball. They will soak up the pressure and try to hit us on a break. Hopefully, I believe we'll be a different team at the time. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. And if you don't mind, I click the emoji panel on the right bottom right. You will see 100% emoji there. You will see the heart emoji, smiling emoji. Click any of them there to trigger the YouTube algorithm to get it to push the stream to more people who would be interested in joining us here. Broya, bye-bye if we sign a striker in January. But do I think we'll sign a striker in January? I don't know. I get it. People think we're gonna move. We will most definitely move for Victor Osimhen. I'd say that everything comes down to how well Broya and Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, how well they're doing by the time we get to January. If they scoring goals here and there, and we're getting goals from our defenders, like signs are showing that we'll be getting goals from our defenders too, and our midfielders, then I don't think the club will pay a premium. We'll be willing to pay a premium for even Osimhen, in my opinion. But let's see. Let's buy Osimhen and Rooney Baggy. Rooney Baggy is an excellent player, and we've addressed the report saying we're tracking him, which means chances are we could sign him. But here's the thing: the shocking thing, if we're willing to sign another player that every time AFCON comes around that they leave for the competition, why aren't we considering Guresi, who's I think that's his price tag is 70 million pounds, yeah, or euros actually, and he's an excellent player in my opinion. He's a fine finisher. He's more of a traditional number nine, but also capable of dropping deep and creating chances for his teammates. And he's excellent on the ball too. His finishes enter by power, but finesse. And I'm not sure why we're not looking at him. Maybe we are, and I don't know, but we'll find out. And Constantine saying we have plenty young, promising talents, no more needed, only world class players. Maybe the owners would do that. And rumors are that they're looking to sign more experienced players rather than young players or potentials, for lack of a better language. And Gilbert is saying, I think Sanchez is okay. It's just a matter of time because at Brighton, he was playing. Yeah, he did well until I think he fell out with I wouldn't say the hierarchy with the current manager De Zerbi. Phil Sips is saying if Enzo gets a yellow tomorrow, then I guess either Lavia or Ugochukwu start as the holding of midfielder. Not so holding, you can say that Enzo role. Let's just call it the Enzo role or the Kovacic role, the hybrid of 8 and 6 with Gallagher forward versus Everton on Sunday. I don't think. Yeah, let's see. What's happening with Ben Chilwell? He's still out injured. I don't even remember that he's still a Chelsea player. Sanchez is okay. It's a matter of time because he was not playing. Yeah, I understood that was exactly what you meant to say. He didn't play that much, but when he did, he was good for them actually. Fofana. No, here's the thing. Before you can say preach that the club sells a player. Here's the thing. We've paid 70 million pounds from him. 70 million pounds plus from him for Wesley Fofana, and he hasn't played for a while. Which means if you have to sell him, I don't think we'll get half of that. And that's because he's not been playing for a while. And I don't see the club doing that. Plus, he's still very young. And I know the club, I'm quite sure, even before they paid that much money for him, they knew at the time that he had injury issues and probably believe that it is something that he can overcome with time. And he's very young. So with time, he can. Look at Christian Pulisic. He's been playing week in, week out for AC Milan, and how many times has he gotten injured? Yeah, not too many times. And every time we talk about letting young players go because because of their injury record, the player that comes to mind is Ian Robin. We'll let him go at the time we'll let him go leave Chelsea at the time because he had a lot of injury issues. And you know what he went on to achieve as a player at Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. So I wouldn't want us to make such mistakes. That's a good player in Fofana, believe me. And I think hopefully we'll find a way to manage his fitness until he overcomes the injury issues. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 20 likes. We should be doing better than that. I think we should observe Sanchez for now. Goalkeeper is not a pride. I don't think it is. He's done well, honestly. He's done well. What we need urgently is a goal scorer. I think let me just it's your that's yeah, we need. I don't like using the term a goal scorer. Maybe I like to, you can say, add to the number of players who are capable of scoring goals for us. I don't want to sign any player that either subconsciously or by design, every time our wingers have the ball or midfielders, they will try to find them. I don't want to sign any sort of player that will lead to us every time we get to the final third. We'll try to channel all our goal scoring opportunities through a single individual, which makes us predictable. I don't want that to happen, in my opinion. But let's see what the club does. I like Paul Barisa. He's my guy. I have to be honest, I don't know the player in question there. You should not be concerned anymore. I think it's enough. If you still are against the crap teams from now on, then we have no hope. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me believe you. Where's Ben Chilwell? I don't know. He's still out injured, and I'm not sure when he's going to come back. Let me just leave it at that. Chelsea need to go for Porto defender. Can you name the particular defender, Paul? Paul Baresa, nice to see you. Paul, I think this is the first time here. Have I said hello to you? We do not need another centre back. Poch. Okay. Coach's job is to develop what we have. I think we have enough centre backs, in my opinion. Even if Thiago Silva leave and what's his name, and we sell Trevor Chalobah in January, we still have Levi Colwell, Benwell Badeshile, Badiashile, Wesley Fofana returning, Axel Disasi. That's 4 centre backs. And if we'll be playing with a back four, if we'll be playing with a back four predominantly, then we have the need for 2 centre backs per game and at least 2 on the bench. So I don't think the club signing a centre back will be a priority for the club. But maybe they're looking for more of you can say a figure to lead the back line in the absence of Thiago Silva. But I think the Sassi is capable of doing that, in my opinion. But I'm not too sure. I have to be honest. But he's done that. He did that at Monaco. He led the team very well, and I think he's capable of leading. And he has that. He had that aggression that I've always asked to help us balance out our defensive line. Let's see what the club does. If they cannot do that, they shouldn't be here. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Chilwell is better than Cucurella. No, but here's the thing. They're different. And let's just simplify it. The difference between the 2 players is that Chilwell carries goal threat. Yeah, and but in terms of the more intelligent of the 2 players, I'd go for Marc Cucurella. That's not me saying Chilwell is a bad player. Cucurella can actually, you can say, gradually improve his goal threat by making some delicious runs or excellent runs that I've seen him make in behind opposition's defensive line. I've seen him do that on occasions under Mauricio Pochettino. I think he's capable of becoming even better. And defensively, in my opinion, he's better than Ben Chilwell and better than Ben Chilwell aerially. And something that's the most important aspect where the difference is this for me. And that's because we like to play out from the back. And if you want to play out from the back and still progress the ball effectively, you need Cucurella, not Chilwell. And that's because Chilwell, once he has a single opposition player on him, marking him, he opts for safer options, either go sideways or backwards. But Marc Cucurella, he has the intelligence and the vision to find passing lanes where you don't know one exists. And he often keeps it on the carpet. To me, he's the better player, but you have every right to think maybe Ben Chilwell is the better player of the 2, but I'd take Marc Cucurella anytime, any day, and that's just me. Poch was supposed to substitute Carney. Carney over the weekend? Was he on the bench? He was already have a yellow card. Who? You mean Connor? You mean Connor Gallagher? Yeah, I think he should have changed him immediately. Here's the thing: why I preached for him to take him off after that first yellow. I think he was too erratic the entirety of his stay on the pitch. Even before the first yellow, he could have gotten the first yellow earlier than he did. So the moment he got that first yellow, I was screaming and saying, please take him off before he gets a second yellow. And that's not me saying he's a bad player or a good player. Yeah, it didn't. Not after 5 minutes after I put out a tweet preaching that he should be taken off. He received the second yellow. Regarding the goalkeeper, I'm okay with Sanchez. We should focus on releasing other players like Trevor Chalobah, Matson, and probably get a proper a finisher. Okay. And get another finisher, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Even Ukuchukwu, let's see what else we have here. Bashir Humphreys was solid all preseason and doing well on loan. He as a 5th option, I think is enough. But here's where that's a problem. As a young player, Bashir needs to be playing week in, week out. You don't want to subject him to a situation where he gets to play every now and then or 15. No, he needs to go out. You can say go out on season like he's done right now and play the entirety of the season. You can say play a lot and develop more. Then if he comes back, you can say him being the 5th option will not be detrimental to his development. But if we do that now, I don't think he makes sense. So I'm glad he's gone out on loan. If he's not going to be playing, don't keep him. He's too young. You can say to be sitting on the bench. I don't think it will be helpful. It will be detrimental to his development. Coach, do you think Ukuchukwu can cover CB? I don't think so. I don't know him that well to say. I've never seen him play there before. But here's the thing: he has excellent positioning, judging by a player profile. Maybe he can, but it's up to the manager to figure out that. In my opinion, I wouldn't say let's risk it, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, on defenders, we are okay. We still have Humphreys, who is doing well at Swansea. Big West coming back from injury. Yeah, so that makes sense not to sign another center back. We have just 22 likes, people. We should be doing better than like. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's try and get it to 100 likes by the time the show ends. Let's see what else we have here. Ugo can easily be a center back. Great call, Eugene. Yeah, it makes sense given his ability to read the game and the fact that whenever he plays as a six, whenever he's not putting in the tackles, you see him occupying spaces to make it difficult for the opposition for the opposing team to be effective. Yeah, so good call there. The hard tackler. Yeah, I understand that. New nickname, maybe we should call him that. Hit the like button, people. Let's get the likes up. 22 likes. We should be doing better than that. And that's because we're 1 hour into the show and we're still stuck at 22 likes. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up. We have to sell Mihailo. No, I don't think the club will sell him. I think there's a good player in him. He just needs to play consistently. Yep. And to know that clubs know how good Mihailo Mudryk can be during the January transfer window, clubs were, or is it the summer transfer window, clubs were looking to see if we were interested in selling him. And big up to you, Santiago Munoz, my assistant. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, have that conversation with him. Let's see. I also do not like to use the term striker. Yep, because there are many strikers who don't score goals. As Manchester United, yeah. And so we're better off going for a goal scorer to add to the list of goal scorers we have. I don't want us to sign any sort of player that a traditional number 9 strictly. I don't want us to sign strictly a traditional number 9. And we know the manager likes a fluid approach, so we don't want a situation where that traditional sign somebody who's played predominantly all their life as a traditional number 9 to come to Chelsea and end up not building the team around that individual, and they get frustrated because they're not scoring as many as probably they've been scoring at other clubs, and then the fans will turn on that individual. I don't want that to happen, but that's just my opinion anyway. We have one more item to address, and then we get into the match preview proper and try to get into the lineup building or prediction exercise as soon as possible. Let's go for it. 3 likes. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. And if you haven't, go check out and subscribe to Soccer Perspective. That's our sister channel. And on that particular channel, we do weekly predictions for the Premier League, where we try to predict the outcome of games. And would like, if you haven't subscribed to that particular channel, please do so. Believe me, you will not regret it. Let's move on to the next item. All right, this is just quickly pictures of the people, players that trained yesterday. So we'll go through them and then we'll wait. We'll start the match preview proper and wait. Once a presser starts, we will start dissecting and analyzing comments from the presser. Desassi trained, Raheem Sterling trained, Levi Colwell trained yesterday, Benoit Badiashile trained yesterday, Moises Caicedo trained. Mihailo Mudryk and Thiago Silva both trained. Enzo Fernandez also did train. Nicholas Jackson did a train yesterday, and that's it from the players that trained yesterday. So we'll move on to the match preview proper. So let's see. Nkunku wasn't in the picture. I don't know why. It's not in the pictures we looked at, all of them. We didn't see. Did you see Nkunku there? I didn't see him. Hopefully, he's fine. I don't want to hear that he suffered a setback. That he will be out for a further month or maybe 2 weeks. I hope that's not the case, but because he should be part of the picture, or maybe deliberately, it was with intent that they did not show his pictures there. So we don't want to give away too much, and United don't know how to prepare for that for the game tomorrow. That may well be the case. I do not know. Let's see. Hey to you too. Game Sports Mates, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. I can't complain. And how about you? I hope you're doing well. So let's go. Let's find that particular game. There you go. This one here. So let's see how you we get into the match up preview proper. Are you looking forward to this particular game? Let's see how you think the outcome will be. Do you think we win this one? Do you think it ends in a draw? Do you think they will beat us? I want to hear you. Yep, Kepa, is he coming back next season? I don't think he comes back. And look at him. He's sitting on the bench right now. The other keeper is starting over him. So I would say, okay, of course I'm gonna vote that my club will win. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Okay. 43% thinks it will be a United win. 15% thinks that the game will end in a draw. And 42% thinks Chelsea will win. So more people believe that Manchester United will beat us. To me, that gives me hope. So we could say we're going, and that's 33,763 votes. To me, that's a good enough sample size. We're the underdogs here, and I would say, yeah, it's a good sign. It's only for me whenever we're seen as the underdogs. Yeah, it gives me hope. But that's by the way, Tayo. Hey, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join, brother. 25 likes. Let's get the likes up. Before we continue, let's hear from Bobby. Bobby, thank you so much for finding the time to join us on the panel today. I haven't asked you in a while how the treatment is going, but it seems like yeah, you've made great progress, and we want you to keep it at that level, get better. Yeah, but I'm happy to always see you on the panel here. It's a good sign. Bobby, the question I want to ask you, sister, you're looking forward to this particular game. Let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, coach. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm keeping myself on mute as much as possible. There's a lot of noise going on around me at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the treatment is concerned, so far so good. Hopefully, I have turned the corner, and I'm grateful for your support in that regard. Listen, coach. As I keep saying, and gladly, I'm beginning to see that one or two of the media and the streams are beginning to acknowledge and realize
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Football Club is a work in progress. That is absolutely 100% certain. We are a work in progress, and not only are we a work in progress, we are a new project, young players, a lot of injuries still yet to come back into the team. So who knows what to expect? We're playing a team that's in some sort of disarray. There's some issues in their camp. There's some issues of confidence in the manager, which seems to be true, but I never really fall too much for some of these rumors before we play teams, especially when it comes from media members that I know are very
Mm-hmm.
empathetic to that particular
And
team.
we're not known to capitalize on such issues when
Well,
yeah.
it's not about that. And you know what I've told you about, I don't give negative labels to my team. It's not we're
Mm-hmm.
not known, it's just that we are a work in progress. And at the moment, we're not known for anything. We can't be known for anything. We are progressing. The good thing is that we are in the right way, even when it doesn't quite work, like
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle. These things will happen. Who knows? We may suddenly hit the right vein, which I think can only really come with returning injuries, in my opinion, and then we start sailing very smoothly. This is how it is with this sort of development, and unfortunately, I don't think these injured players that we are, seemingly relying on, Lavia and Nkunku, I don't think they have enough time to hit the giddy heights, because by the time they're really back, where we'll be probably just about halfway through the season. Then they've got to get fit. Then they've got to get match fit. Then they've got to get, shake off the dust. Then they've got to hit form. The season will be over. That's what I just personally believe. So I think this is a trialing season, a season that we're just beginning to get used to each other. I
Mm-hmm.
pray we'll be fortunate to lift a cup. If we are, it would be wonderful because one thing I'll say for Arsenal, when they were going through this similar sort of rebuilding, struggling season, at least they were picking up the trophies here and there, the odd FA Cup, the odd Charity Shield, and all that is always very, very good, not just for the trophy cabinet of the club, but for the prestige, for the sponsorship, and for morale. Especially if, God forbid, we don't get into any of the European places, which will not be good. I still hope for Champions League since it's mathematically possible. And anyway, we continue. So back to this game against Man United. Who knows? I can't, come out and categorically say I'm expecting anything. Honestly, I'm not expecting anything. And I'm
Mhm.
highly suspicious of the disarrayed narrative that we're getting from Man United. It's probably true looking at how they are, but I won't buy it because just like they were trying to sell us the market that Brighton had XYZ injured, Mitoma's injured, all that malarkey. It's all a load of baloney. Don't believe it. They're going to come out, try and put out their best. They're trying to get Mason Mount fit. Don't be surprised if you see him fit that day. Not that we should care because we sold him for a reason. And at some point, he's going to play against us. So, we just have to go there, put our best foot forward. We can win. We can if we perform to our capacity. If we perform anywhere near like our performance and execution against Man City, we can really hurt them. But will we? This is it, because we're so in progression, we don't know what to expect.
And we need to sort ourselves out defensively. We've been porous. Although you could
Yeah.
argue we did well against Brighton defensively. The goals we considered not that bad. Go ahead.
I think we did, and I watched the game finally myself, and I was disappointed with some of the narrative against Badiashile. Badiashile had been out for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So I think his somewhat performance against Newcastle, which I didn't see fully as well, can be forgiven. I think he was good against Brighton. He was the reason for the first goal. He used his physicality, his range, his height, and he looped the ball for Enzo to
And
head
more
it in.
importantly, intelligence.
His intelligence, his array of passing, his positional sense. He's a good defender. Very, very good defender. I don't know
Like,
why
Mhm.
people. It's like when Chelsea hit a gem that's in development, then the fan base want to destroy him and push that he should be sold. No. Another player, they're all on Jackson's back. It was Jackson's header that led to Colwell's goal. He headed it across. So I don't know what people are really on about. Jackson should be left to, as you often say, let Jackson be Jackson. The problem with Jackson is that we're trying to make him a number nine, a lead striker, and he's not that. This is his first season, young player, young team, new team. We've got to allow these people develop. Time is the watchword. We have to give this time. People are too easy, especially our fan base, to crucify. Oh, sell him. Oh, get rid of him, get rid of him. For who? There's got to be a time where you actually trust in your own development and execute your development. And guess what? Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you go through moments like this. My prayer is that the moments like this are fewer and fewer as time goes on, and we become better and better and get a bit of luck and be able to climb up the table. Because I tell you what, if we beat Man United, the whole complexion of where we are changes.
mhm. Yep, thank you so much for that, Bobby. I'll come back to you in a bit. And bless everyone in the chat, Mike Kenyan, bro. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. And Bobby, Tayo A saying speedy recovery, Bobby. Yep, good thing. He's brought us good news. And just quickly, IBZ 2 days ago told me he went under the knife. That's another way of saying somebody underwent a surgery. Yeah, from again, he's just telling me, which means he's recovering well. He went well. And IBC, if you're listening, just know that we're
Spe-
praying for you and we
yeah,
love you,
speedy
bro.
recovery.
Yeah,
Coach, you
speedy
have
recovery.
your injury list. You have so many injured players and returning injured players.
It's a Chelsea thing, right? We have
Oh yeah.
panelists who are out injured, but it is well. And IBZ, I appreciate you telling me, and I've told the community. And the first day I did talk about it here, everybody, as usual, they were all saying prayers for you. We wish you quick recovery, and just know we love you so much. I appreciate all the love you've shown us too. And we have here anything else to address here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Tayo, all of you, if you haven't, go check out Meet Your Boy's YouTube channel. He's a good guy and a friend. Let's help him get to 2,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We also have Chelsea FC Jingle. So a lot of people, Mr. Ole, if you're watching, share the link to your YouTube channel. Let's grow together. Selflessness is the reason why we're growing as much as we're doing here. Bobby, Sam 23. Yep, I think I should be calling him that now. Yeah, let's see. And this guy, you don't have to do that, Mitchell Boy, but I appreciate all the love. Mitchell Boy says, a big up of Bobby Dazzler. Hope you are well. Bobby, Mitchell had to do a super chat to big you up. He had to
Mitchie Boy. That's a top man there.
He's a top man. He's a good person beyond being a content creator, a good content creator. He's a good person. Mitchell, thank you again for the donation. I appreciate you for always supporting the channel, and I will reciprocate. So thank you so much. I agree with Bobby. Yep. Santiago Muno agreeing with Bobby. I don't think you're not paying attention. Maybe that's why you need to come to Twitter. There aren't too many of them, but there are a few that feels like I think it's some of them. It comes down to bias. Some of them fearing that Cole West Place might be under threat, given how good Badiashile is. But two of them are good, and we can keep them both. If anything, he's just more experienced than Colwell. And Colwell, he hasn't played centrally or you can say consistently for us. I think they both of them have a place in this team, in my opinion. Yeah, but let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And BRZ is saying the fact is we need a better rotation than Jackson. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say it, and Bobby reminded me to say that again. Let Jackson be Jackson. He's not no number 9. Even at Villarreal, he wasn't a number 9. He was. I think they had an injury issue and they had to convert him to one. But Jackson, wow. If you're paying attention to everything he's done right, there's a good player in him, and he can only get better, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Badiashile played without mistakes against Brighton. Here's one thing I like about him. His intelligence. And before we signed him, something I was able to pick out even before he arrived was he's not those 90% of the time when he clears the ball with his head. He often, as long as there's his teammate is available somewhere close by, he finds his teammate with a clearance with his head, not his feet. Honestly, 90% of the time he's not just clearing the ball for the sake of it. I don't know how he does it, how he finds his teammates. He does that exceptionally well. He's an excellent player. He's an intelligent player. Line-breaking passes from the defensive line, and he's good with the aerial balls. He's good even I like it when he keeps it on the carpet, but he's excellent at finding you said pinpoint accurate passes. As long as you make you make that run, Badiashile will see you. He's that good on the ball, and I like him so much. But I don't think it makes sense to be comparing two of our players. Two of them are good, and two of them are also very young. One is just more experienced than the others, and I think we should be happy we have them both. Let's see what else we have here. Chelsea should slap United easy. I know you meant slap there. Jackson will be for sure very good, but we need a player we can trust every time. A true number 9 to have those two profiles. Yes, then I'm just going to say this. Jackson will come good, but Jackson alone will not suffice. We need to mix it up. And if you're following us on Facebook, listen to this. We do monthly giveaway, though we didn't do for the last month, but the one for December will be huge for whoever emerges as the winner, because we try to make up for the ones we didn't do. So if you don't mind coming over to YouTube, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're up to date, and so you know when we do the giveaway. And we do the giveaway only on YouTube, so you can come join us here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 32 likes, and believe me, I think we can do better than that. They're saying anything else to address here? Let's see. Big up Mitch, your boy. And if you haven't, we have a Discord account. I don't know. I find it difficult finding the correct link to share. And if you are, if you've joined us on Discord, if you know how to share the link, please get the link, share it so other people here can join us on Discord. NJC, a big up Coachila and Chad. How are you? I can't complain. Any day above ground is a good day, so I'm happy to be here and interacting with you. Mitchie is tapping in, Bobby. Yeah, Mitchie is a tapping merchant too. You don't know that. Let's see. To be honest, I think people that prefer Fofana and Cowell before Body are people who like making signings. Yeah, maybe. I think they're all good. And the good thing is that they all differ slightly. You could say, but I would say Cowell is more like Badia Shile. But Badia Shile, for me, no need. I don't even want to say we're lucky to have them both. Let's just leave it at that. Honestly, I don't think it makes sense to be comparing them. What's his name? Wesley Fofana is also good, but he differs. He's more aggressive and likes to run with the ball. There's no other explanation. Maybe Body is a better CB than Cowell. I think they differ, and I'd select the other one. You know who I select. JC, just people having a conversation there. Let's see what else we have here. What's the difference between Badia Shile passes and Cowell's passes? I think it's simple. Badia Shile is a better passer of the ball, in my opinion, but they're both good. On the ball and good passer, both good in terms of their passing ability. But I think Badia Shile, for me, wow, his line breaking passes from the defensive area is excellent, and he often likes to keep it on the carpet. There's one he found, Mihailo Mudryk, that was just delicious. The way he took it, I didn't even know that it was Mudryk that he was trying to find. One good Cowell game against Liverpool puts him in the sky in terms of passing ability. Look, he's good. Let's just admit it. We're lucky to have them both. Someone came on and said that by mistake, but it's stuck. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Who wins a Chelsea Player of the Year right now? If it has to be right now, wow. I get it. Enzo hasn't scored that much, but I think it probably be him, because we've seen in his absence that we actually cannot play until proven otherwise, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Okay, thank you, JC. JC has shared the link to our Discord where you can come and join the conversation there, and we want to grow that, and that can actually help us reach more people, because if we grow the Discord account, we can also share the link to the live shows there, or whenever we release a video. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Enzo, in my opinion, Badia Shile and the Sassi at centre back, Cowell left back. Cowell, I think that's a risk. And Mr. Tavaziva, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. But let's see if that's what the manager would do consistently. And please go help Jude. Let's help him get 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. The name of his YouTube channel is CFC Jingles. Selflessness is the reason why we're growing as quickly. We're growing, and we're getting closer and closer to 18,000 subscribers. I know by the time we get to another transfer window, we get to 20,000 subscribers and more. We'll get there. Palmer, to be honest, You can say that too. Palmer also, but for me, between the two of them, if Palmer wins it, I'm not gonna be too first about it. Palmer has had the largest impact. You could argue that. Yep. In my opinion, we can survive without Palmer, but without Enzo, you can argue we're in trouble. But here's where there's a caveat to that argument there. Um, Palmer is capable of fulfilling Enzo's role. He's capable of playing in a deeper role, the hybrid of 8 and 6, I like to call it. And he has the vision to know when to move the ball from one corner of the pitch to the other. Also, it has the ability to pick you up if you make a good run. But Enzo cannot fulfill the Palmer role effectively, which is playing in the right wing position. I don't think he can. So yeah. So given that argument, you say yeah, Palmer probably, in my opinion. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. What time is Pochettino's oppressor? Should be starting soon. I don't know. Somebody in the chat, please help us. Palmer currently Chelsea's player of the season. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not a bad shout, in my opinion. If he wins it, I'm not going to complain too much. Poch up player of the season, I'm not sure. Let's move on. So let's look at the team. For us, we have Gallagher out. He's suspended. Wesley Fofana, we know he's not going to be back until 2024. Trevor Chalobah, late December. I don't know. I'm going to stop saying I don't think he'd play for the club again, because if he comes back late December, I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of his case. We've been told by Fabrizio Romano that he will most likely leave Chelsea Football Club in January. The only reason that he ends up staying is if he's injured, as we've been told he's injured, and you cannot sell an injured player. Romeo Lavia, a few days. Do I think he plays tomorrow? Have we seen? We didn't see him. We looked at pictures and we didn't see him in any of the pictures we looked at. We didn't see him. We didn't see Nkunku. So that begs the question: are they even ready to play tomorrow? Maybe the next game, because we haven't seen them in practice with their teammates. They've been training independently, separately maybe. I'm not sure what to make of their situation there. So we have Romeo Lavia, a few days, we're told. Marcus Bertinelli, unknown. Bertinelli has been injured for 1,000 years now. I'm not too sure what's going on with him, and I'm not too sure what to make of it. Malo Gusto, a few days. Christopher Nkunku, a few days. Carney Chukwuemeka, a few days. Ben Chilwell, a few days. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Wow, that will return from injury. You can say at most a week. You say the manager will have them all available for selection. So
That's
yeah,
that I don't believe that, Coach.
you don't believe that? Okay, let's hear you.
No,
Why don't you believe that?
because they're not even on the grass yet. Do they think coming back from injuries like going to a shop and buying a bar of chocolates?
Mm-hmm.
It takes time. These guys aren't even in training with the rest of the squad. Those are indicators as to how far away they are from being on the bench, not to mention on the pitch. I don't see these guys till
Or maybe
well into
how far they are, or how far off they are from
how.
starting training with their teammates.
Yeah, training. I think they will start by the end of the month training.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them we won't see till well into January, maybe even February. This is what I'm saying. Some, yes, maybe if we're lucky in Kunku between now and the end of the month. Lavia
Mm-hmm.
probably next month. These were long-term injuries. They haven't played football since the beginning of the season. It's a long time. So I'm not all this 2 days, 3 days. I mean, it would be absolutely wonderful if I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
I doubt it too, because it just doesn't make sense. And we looked at the training pictures, yesterday's training picture, and Nkunku isn't anywhere there. And I argue maybe deliberately they with intent left its pictures out, just not to give away too much in terms of players would have available for selection. But yeah, it makes sense to argue that none of them will get to play tomorrow. Yeah, we don't even know when they're going to be back. Let's see what else we have here. Jackson, player of the season. He has been assisting, scoring, and yesterday he helped. Defend a lot. How many assists does he have? I think just one, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thiago should feature this match at all costs. Ben too. Ben Chilwell shouldn't. He's not even back in training yet. I don't think he should. If we lose Thiago, I think it could be good to have an experienced CB, but I don't see a lot of them being better than our CBs. Yeah, we have excellent. I think we have excellent defensive line in terms of their ability. But in the absence of Thiago Silva, I think we'll lack leadership. See, I believe he's capable of leading the back line in the absence of Thiago Silva. But until we see that happen consistently, that's when you could say, yeah, I think we're good. Uh,
Well, as
maybe,
is
yeah.
Badia Shield. As is Badia Shield
Hmm.
is, if you had watched him, because I was watching him quite a bit as far as the cameras would let me,
Hmm.
he is quite commanding at the back. He's vocal. You see him pointing,
Hmm.
talking. I don't know what his English is like, but he's quite vocal, as is the Sassy. And you can see why they did well as a centre back pairing. I have no
Hmm.
qualms if I see Colwill left back, Badiashile left centre back, Disassi right centre back, and James right back. I think that's a very strong defensive line, and it will be good to try it with Silva on the bench because Silva can always come off the bench. We have 5 substitutions, and I don't really fancy this idea of starting him back-to-back games in a few days. He's 39 years old. Let's not push,
We should
let's
use
not
it
push our
sparingly.
luck. Yeah, I think these guys can do it. And you have to sometimes look, sometimes in a big game, these guys actually stand up and they're counted. I know they're very, very young, but they have the personality. And I would play that. Personally, that's what I would do. But, let's see what happens.
Yeah, but I think we should. The last time I talked about it, I did put it this way: we should start to learn to play without him because he's not going to play forever. As good as he is, um, even I wouldn't mind us dropping him against United, and that's because they have a lot of pacey forwards, and they will try to exploit the fact that he's no longer as quick as he used to be. But he was never one of the quickest. It's
If
his
he's
fault.
on the bench, that
Yeah,
is
yeah. Then
almost as
if
good
yeah,
as having him on the
worst
field.
come to worst, we'll bring him back. We'll bring him on. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah, on the bench, and he's the kind of person that encourages on from the bench as well.
Hmm.
You're right. I wouldn't start him. We need to wrap these guys up in cotton wool sometimes when we can. Chelsea has suffered enough from injuries. Why on earth will we now want to start toying with Thiago Silva? I would rather have bit parts of Thiago Silva for the all season than flog him, then lose him for the rest of the season, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because the risk is there. If he gets injured, they will be worse off. So
of
we're better off
course,
giving him a rest and ensure that he doesn't get injured. Because if he gets injured, he misses 5, 6, 7 games. Then we're in serious trouble.
of course. I think
Yeah.
these kids are good enough. I like what I see in Badia Shield. I like their sassy. I like their attitude. I like their swag. These are leaders. They're going to be where we have a crop of leaders. It's just they're developing leaders. Cucurella. He's somebody I think is very good for the dressing room from what I see. The Sassy as well, the same kind of character. Badiashile on the field, he's vocal, he's shouting. Okay, Reece James is not as vocal, but he's a good player. He's exceptional. And people look up to him because of that. We're beginning to form. Enzo beginning to show his authority he has that carriage on the field. He looks the leadership part that we need, and indeed, when he can, he is. The team is evolving and we're developing, and I wouldn't mind them going out and starting without Silva. In fact, I want to see it. I want to
Mhm.
see it. We may as well put the progress through the progress, and as you say, start to learn to play without him. I think it's very important for us.
Yeah, we should. We should. Yeah. Mikey Newman, nice to see you. Definitely. Jackson has brought his form from Villarreal. Nice to see you, Mikey Newman. I hope you're doing well. Hasn't stopped beating the odds. Let's see. I think Bettinelli is a goalkeeper's coach, you think? I don't know. Okay. Pochettino is a tough on fitness. Abadiashile was back long ago, but got in the team just now. Same when Reese came back. Yeah. I think somebody has told us that before. He's not into rushing players. If he recover, he takes his time. And it's only under Pochettino that I started hearing reconditioning phase. Yeah, under Tomasoko, once you recover, boom, you'll be dragged into the fold. Most of our defenders are yellow or red card prone, including Sanchez. Wow. Okay. Other than Gusto and Bandashila, let's see what else we have here. Thiago is too important against United. Rest him after that. Maybe, but let's just find a way to rest him. Give him a break. And that's because if he gets injured, we'll be worse off. The Blue Clouds Media and Need Zion is in the house. Big up to you, brother. Nice to see you. Much love to you. I've missed quite a lot of your shows. You know I enjoy being part of your show in the chat, mainly because I usually by the time your show comes on, I'm usually sleepy. From waking up at 2 a.m. my time. But that's, by the way, my bro Zion here is saying, good morning, wonderful people. What a game it will be for the Blues tomorrow. But Pochettino must try and Pochettino must try and make a strong statement on the big clubs out there. The big clubs, we've been beating them. We've been beating them. My concern has always been the smaller clubs. The club that on paper we should be mopping the floor with them. And great to see you, Coachila, in the panel. Greetings to you too, Nee Zion. Much love to you. Please, if you're watching, if you haven't, from Constantine, Dante, JC, Tyler A, all of you there in the Tavaziva, go check out New Zion's YouTube channel. He streams every day, 9 a.m. Las Vegas, or let me say PST, not Las Vegas time. Excellent panelists there, and I love Steve, one of his resident panelists there. He's excellent, and a mix of panelists that you will enjoy listening to. But nice to see you, brother. Much love to you, Zion. Always nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. MJC here is saying Thiago Silva can be rested against teams who play low blocks that tend to counter. I think it makes sense because a pure defensive line will be high, but not against decent teams who attack. Because the attacking players will always be in a position where he'd be able to anticipate what they do, be at the right place at the right time. But with the deep line defensive teams, once they hit on a break, they can stretch them. So I think that makes sense. A delicious comment of the day because he's still our best defender with game reading and position. He leads by example. He doesn't have to be vocal. We know that. And that's why we're concerned if we overplay him and he gets injured, we are in serious trouble. But you can say we've been quite lucky given the fact that he hardly gets injured. Yeah, I have to say that. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Why are we stuck at 35 likes? Let's try and get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. I know we can do that. Poch should start integrating center backs without Silva. Yep. Did you just do a tapping on me, Constantine? You just did a tapping on me. We've been preaching Tad for 1,000 years. We should learn to play without him. The slightest opportunity we get, even if we're winning, if the manager sees we can finish the game without losing the game, just bring him out, put someone else. We should learn to play without him. I think the manager himself should know better. That's what I said, JC, exactly. Let's see. Smash the like button, people, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. We have how many likes? 36 likes. Let's try and get it to at least 50 by the time the show ends. And there's still time, which means we can actually get it to 100 likes. Badiashile had a bad game against Newcastle. Then we said he's just back, which can be a valid reason. But this game without Silva wouldn't be a good idea in my opinion. Yeah, I think he needs to lead, and it makes sense against decent teams that won't sit back and hit us on a break. I think my logic, given what you said, that's not me doing the tapping on you. I'm just analyzing the goal you scored. Is that the opposition in this case will always, you can say, be at position where he'd be able to read and anticipate what they do next, and he doesn't have to run too much to break up opposition play or stop them from doing some damage to us. So it makes sense. But the argument is that we should play him sparingly. It doesn't have to start tomorrow. It makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. To be honest, CBs don't need rest unless injured or dropped. It's important, but Thiago Silva, given his age, he does need some rest. It's important they play consistently to develop chemistry, keep the line in with the goalkeeper. And we have Jump Out Entertainment into house. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good day, my people. Chelsea family. Hope everyone we're fine. We hope you're fine too. And Adebayo Makunju Silva has to be the captain for the season. James can assist. Simple wisdom, but unfortunately, if James is back, he sees yeah, he will be the captain on the day. To be specific, tomorrow. But that's by the way. So we have Malo Gusto a knock. He has a knock of few days. Christopher Nkunku knee injury a few days. Akani Chukwemeka a few days. I think we've gone through that. Okay, head to head against Manchester United. We've played that's 24, and then that's 37 times, and they've won 13 times. We've won 11 times, drawn 13. Okay, let's see. Last 5 meetings. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of draws here. Even if we go to the 6-1, lots of draws, except after we beat them 3-1 at home. And that FA Cup where De Gea made a mistake too, from where he couldn't stop Mason Mount's shot. He fluffed it. Okay, 0-0 draw, 0-0 draw, 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw, and then they beat us a 4-1 last season. Yep, I think that was last season, May 25th. Wow. It's been, you can say from these, probably most likely the outcome will be a draw. But this time I think there's going to be a winner. Why am I saying that? I don't know yet. We're still going to look at the insights, and we have this here. We have to start rotating our defense. So when Thiago Silva is ready to retire, we can have an understanding. You can say have a good understanding of who's capable of leading the back line in his absence. Silva is an exception. Not many 40-year-olds. Yeah. He's a special player, and he's broken the record of the oldest. Is it the oldest defender or just oldest player to have ever played an official game in the Premier League? I can't quite remember which it was that they talked about during the Brighton game. We are going to win this match against Manchester United. I hope so. But yeah, it's been lots of draws. No wonder why the Beautiful Game was saying it will most likely end in a draw. So let's look at insights. We'll look at insights before I come back to looking at current teams form. Because here's the thing. Insights will tell you one thing, but each of the teams' current form tells you another. You go by that mainly. But let's go. United are ranked 12th in goals scored per game. They're averaging 1.1 goals per game. And we're ranked 8th in goals scored per game. We're averaging 1.8 goals per game. So which means that's a good sign. That's a good sign for us. We can outscore them. Manchester United haven't lost to Chelsea in their last 6 matches. They've won 1. The last meeting they won by 4-1. But the others all draws. Okay. And then this says we're ranked 8th in shots on target per match. 5 shots per match. So if we can be more clinical, the signs are good here. The fact that overall this season we're ranked 8th in goals scored per match, they're ranked 12th. They're averaging 1.1, while we're averaging 1.8 goals per game. And this is saying United have scored 10 goals in the last 5 matches. And how many have we scored? I think around that number too. More. We scored more. This saying Conor Gallagher has created the most big chances for Chelsea, 5 in total, but he's not playing this one. So let's go to team form. There you go. We'll come back here. Let's see. What else we have? The way Manchester United played last game, we should beat them. Here's the thing. I don't conclude whether Chelsea will win a game, will win or lose a game based on how a particular team played the last time. But it's common logic to go by that. Who was it yesterday that said, yeah, they've been playing badly, but the moment it's against Chelsea, yeah, they'll be at their best.
Exactly, coach. And you know what? That is such a silly statement. It really is. In football, in football, indeed, in most sport, you're only as good as your next game. You can't take what happened in the last game as a yardstick to what as a predictor as to what's going to happen in the next game. That's insane. That's crazy. What's the point in training? What's the point in improving? What's the point in changing tactics? Also, it's silly. That's not a smart statement. See, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but it's true.
All right, this says, Coach, I am watching you trying to do a tapping in my absence. Yes, I've been tapping him quite a lot. You saying that it will most likely end in a draw, and the same thing you did last season. And they ended up in, but the last one they mopped the floor with us. Let's see. Jump Out Entertainment says share the link. And by the way, the beautiful game. I nearly forgot to shout you out so you don't sue me. But much love to you, brother. Always nice to see you. And please watch, like, and subscribe. Go check out
Where's
Jump Out Entertainment. Sorry?
Where's Constantine today?
You weren't here when I shout him out?
Maybe not. Maybe not. I need to.
You like to hear me shout him out. Okay, I will do. He's been here. He's been here.
That's a regular guy, at least on the chat.
He's always here. He's always here. And let's go support Jump Out Entertainment. Doing a good job trying to keep kids busy by organizing them to play football. A set piece, though, they will be in game always again. And Constantine Dante, maybe that will make Bobby happy, shouting your name. Okay,
that's become your signature tune. You got to shout him out at least once.
Yeah, I did, but you weren't on the panel at the time. Okay, not last game. All of the game they've played. Yeah, you can say overall they've been poor, but we'll get to that in a bit. No more draw, must win for Chelsea. Ten Hag has lost the dressing room, we've been told, but I wouldn't bank on that being the reason why we beat them. Time to take advantage. Are we known to take advantage of such? When our opponents struggle, they seem to be at their best whenever they get to play us. So we're not known to exploit our opposition's weaknesses, in my opinion, in terms of having dressing room issues and all that. They are crap, worse than us. I think, I'm seeing that right now. Gallagher made such, let's not get into that again against Brighton. Our goal wasn't under threat, but he will only get better. Yeah, I like how you finished that. Big up to you too, the beautiful game. Much love to you. Health and wealth to Bobby. Yep, prayers to you, Bobby. Much love. I appreciate that. Bobby disrespects me, then shouts me out.
No, that's that Constantine. That's a top geezer. Another top geezer, bro. We love you, man.
All right, much love, Constantine. You know that. And Jesse saying again, makes sense to read the former in momentum. Man United is in bad momentum, and the pressure is building on them. It's similar for us, but we are in a better situation. I agree, Dante. From Brooks says, yep, let's say that. That's why I said I'll look at the insights, but insights are looking good for us. But at the same time, team's current form, it usually trumps whatever the insights say, because insights cover the overall season. Yep. But team form shows you how they're doing currently, and that was why I was able to be confident that we're gonna beat Brighton 2-2. Okay, we're favorites. At least the bookies also agree. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. Let's hope Starling can produce a top performance tomorrow, because he will decide the game. Do I think Starling will be the one to decide the game? Maybe, I don't know. If he starts, um, I don't know. But if he starts, which means the manager will most likely drop Mudryk to the bench, and I don't want that to happen. I want Mudryk to play and play consistently. So teams are the current form: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So we've lost one, drew one, and won three. In their case, they lost a three, 1, 2, and drew one. And how many goals have they scored in all? In the last 5 games, they scored a three, 6, 7, and 10. And I think we scored around. It should be around 14 now. That's because we scored how many? We were 11 at 11 goals before the Brighton game. But let's see. 2, 6, 10, 11, okay, and 3 more, 14. So we scored more than them. How many more than them again? They scored 3 here, 4, 7, 10, and 11 and 14. So we scored 3 more than them. So yeah, it makes sense. So given the insights and team's current form, I think we're in a better position to beat them. But again, after everything, we still come back to the fact that you cannot script football. Anything can happen, but we have the better chance. We've been doing better of late, and we've been scoring more than them. Yeah. So let's see how the game pans out tomorrow. Here we have, I don't know if Gallagher and foul was for yellow card, like Poch said, but idea of doing that was it was a mistake. It shouldn't have gone to ground. It was a risk, whether it was a second yellow or not. It was a risk, but hopefully he learns from that. Gallagher is a Kante a twin. You think? I wish he was still here. These players would benefit from his quality experience. I'm happy Kante had to leave for Saudi Arabia. He deserves all the money he's earning there right now, in my opinion. Contact and foul. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Coach Starling was the one being most effective against the big teams. Not all the big teams. So if he plays well, we are going to win. I don't know. He struggled against. He was awful against Brighton, in my opinion. His dribble success rate was, I think, I 0 actually. Was it 0? I think it was 0. Didn't I? I remember looking at it with Roger, and we had a laugh at that. Starling should be dropped. He's too disciplined. No yellow card. Playing amazing. Wow, that's sarcasm at its peak, in my opinion. Coach, I saw United's game in Turkey. They played really well. The only problem was that defensively, they leak goals, and then Onana puts a cherry on the top occasionally. Wow, Onana, he's been awful, and I was thinking maybe he will overcome those mistakes with time. It looks like it's getting worse. Don't mention Kante in some sentence as Gallagher. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 39 likes. We should be doing better than that. So to me, if let's say to me, I think we'll score them. I think they will score and we will score, but I think stats and statistics and the team's current form show that we're capable of we should be winning this one, and we're capable of outscoring them. And that's because given before check how many goals we scored in our last 5 games, we scored 3 more than them. And overall for the season, we're averaging 1.8 goals per game, and they're averaging 1.1. So hopefully on our side. But let's see, Bobby, what sort of game are you expecting while I prepare the chosen 11 thing so that we can do the lineup? Let's hear you, Bobby.
I have a feeling that it will start off cagey but evolve into an open game simply because of the characteristics of the two teams. You have one team that's still trying to find itself because and deal with some sort of strange dynamic off the field, which is affecting them on the field. And
Mhm.
then you have one that is a work in progress. So it's probably going to be, quite an exciting game, certainly for the neutral. But I think it will become more open than not.
It will be a very open game. It will be,
Well,
and
I
that's why
can't
I
say
think I
that for
think we will
certain, but
concede. But the good thing is that we're likely to outscore them. Go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, I can't say that for certain because football's a funny sport, but it just has that feel. It just seems that the only way these two teams are going to go for this game is to just go for this game.
Mhm.
Yeah, so, and of course, it will be sort of errors and silly things that will be what will determine how the game will go. That's just what I think, anyway.
Yep, I think so too. Let's see. We're seeing. Let's look at this quickly. Injury list. Wow. We're seriously injury FC. Two important updates. Then I want us to look at. Wow, that's concerning. Really. What is this? I'm coming. Just give me a second. We have there's something here. Quickly. I'll get back to you guys in a bit, and then we'll get to the lineup prediction exercise. I've clicked on this one and this one here. Let me see. Okay, this the second one here. Okay, two more news items to address here before we get into the lineup building exercise. We're truly injury FC. This is saying this one here saying the following injury update has been provided ahead of Chelsea's Premier League fixtures against Manchester United. Romeo Lavia progressing with the reconditioning phase of his rehabilitation process. Christopher Nkunku, it's not a good sign. So definitely Nkunku isn't playing tomorrow. Probably will not be on the bench. And this also will not be on the bench. Romeo Lavia will also not be on the bench. Maybe the next game. And like Bobby explained, we looked at training pictures. None of them were seen there. Yeah, we didn't see any of them in the training pictures that we looked at, and we haven't seen them train with their teammate. They've been on the grass, but they've been training separately. So we have to bear that in mind. Christopher Nkunku progressing with his reconditioning phase of rehabilitation. Trevor Chalova continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Ben Chilwell continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Connie Chukwemeka, same thing. Wesley Fofana,
Coach,
same thing. Malagusto,
sorry,
just one second. Same
Coach, I
thing.
have
Non.
to go quickly.
All right.
I'll try and come back.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Nani Madueke rehabilitation program. I didn't even know he got injured. And Leslie Ugochukwu undergoing his rehabilitation program. And this following report here says Nani Madueke and Leslie Ugochukwu are both now injured. Both have started a rehabilitation program. So just when you think we have a few come back from injury to full fitness, we're losing some. We're truly yeah, injury FC, like a lot of people would say, unfortunately. So let's see, anything else I have to address here before we start building the lineup. Yep, I think I agree with that statement there. Thiago, a broke record of oldest defender, oldest ever, is John Burridge of Man United, 43 years old, 43 years a goal or a goal? I'm not sure. 43-year-old goalkeeper. Okay, everyone that played up to 40 were goalkeepers. Oh, okay. We're capable of beating Man United. The problem is we respect them too much. Do we really? We'll find out tomorrow. And Collington is saying that given the way we've played, are we good enough to be United? Yeah, we're good enough to beat United. We're good enough to beat any team in the Premier League right now. Or you can say we have a good enough team to beat any team in the Premier League, but we're not. Well, we're unpredictable. We're predictably unpredictable. Unfortunately, I see a boring draw. United will not try to make mistakes. So we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. Yep. we'll find out tomorrow. Let's see. And they need a win. So I think they will be all out. They've been struggling, so they need a win. Mind you, playing like a lower team, give 60% possession to opponent, then play long balls. Wow. Let's see what else we have here. Nani and Ugochukwu won't feature tomorrow versus United. They are on the injury list. Yep, we've addressed that right now. Is this studio built for? No, I don't play GTA. It's been quite a while. No. The only games I get to play of late is just FIFA and some mission games. I don't play that much these days. I have a lot going on. Poch wouldn't play them anyway. You don't know. I think you could argue that. Where is Rashi when you need him? He comes in. He shows up every now and then he runs away. He actually was proactive. The last time he was here, he came in and I was waiting for Constantine Dante and the others to have a go at him. He was proactive. He started talking about how crap Onana has been. And Deborah Makunje is saying, Nani makes me smile. Man would not make it at Chelsea. Wow, except a miracle occurs. They're always injured and seldom impresses when given a cameo. He is fighting against time to make a stake in his in this team. I think that's an agreeable argument, but I think he has a place. I think he will come good if the manager gives him a chance. He will prove himself because I think there's a good player in him. Rashi is at quiet practices. It's not going to be here today. Rashford will turn up tomorrow. We must defend at best. And the good thing that James will play tomorrow, and I will play Kukurea in left back rather than Levi Colwell. All right, let's get into the lineup building exercise. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 41 likes. Let's see how many likes we can get before the show ends. And I think I'm going to use the poll quite a lot so we can work together. But here's where I have a problem with using the poll. Every time we use the poll, we get results that are driven by people's respective opinions, not them trying to predict what hot player the manager will select in certain positions. But let's see what JC has to say here. Coachila got SMS from CFC. 2 new players have been added to the injury list. Nani is one. Take him for other. Just go ahead, man. They have sped up from and okay, they have speed up front and sit back. Would still play server. Let's see what happens. So JC, that's a question for you, not me. Constantine has asked you a question. Let's see the response you have for him. It'd be interesting to see what you have to say. What is holding up the presser? Really, what's holding up the presser? Let me see what we have here. Nizar Kinsella here reporting Chelsea and Brighton will face no FA actions despite appearing to surround the referee Greg Paulson on Sunday. Both teams fumed at decisions during the game, with Mauricio Pochettino acting as a peacekeeper by pulling players away from match officials. There you go. Let's see. Nothing else from the presser yet. We wait and wait and wait, except something that says Moises Caicedo's agent won the award. Is it okay? The Golden Agent Award. Okay, I don't think that's his, that particular report is of any importance to all of us here. Bit late update, JC. Let's see. What do you mean? What's holding up the presser, coach? You know very well that he's always late, never on time. And I know you start arguing that I'm like that too, but I'm not. My case is different. I wake up 2 a.m. every day to prepare for the Blue Morning Show. So give me some credit, Dante, you my friend. Let's see. Leslie, Nani, Malo, Wesley Fofana, Connie, Chukwemeka, Ben Chilwell, Trevor Chalobah, Christopher Nkunku, Romeo, Lavia, official injury list. And I think I've seen that. I'm waiting for the presser to start. Let's see what the manager has to say, whether that gives away the fact that let's see Was that nothing? Wow, what's the hold up here? Um, let's see anything else. He's on the phone writing SMS. Okay, to you. Yeah, that's the cause of the delay. You have plenty of credit, coach. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna choose the goalkeeper. So I don't want you guys to stress yourselves. That's the most difficult one, right? And I usually take care of that because I don't want you guys to go through the thought process of you say doing the calculations, figuring out who scores. So I usually take care of the most difficult position. So the goalkeeper, I'm gonna go with Sanchez. Yeah, I think the center back position it's not gonna be that simple. That's because the Sassy is gonna will not be in the right back position, and the Cowell will not be in the left back position. But the manager may well decide to go for four center backs. You could argue because they did well against Brighton, but I'm not too sure really. I just have a feeling CFC will turn up with a high tempo game, which will overwhelm United tomorrow. They will make mistakes and give away the ball, giving CFC an edge, a 4-1 in favor of Chelsea. One thing I can agree with you is that, yeah, we will concede, but we'll more likely, we will outscore them given what the insights tell us and the team's recent form. Um, I hope that's the case. Leslie, Nani are new additions. Yeah, them two. And Rashi, he looks like okay, Rashi. I'm just gonna let them cook you. We were waiting for you. We did talk about you about 3 minutes ago. How you were proactive on the day you came to come tell us how bad Onana has been and that you want him out of out of your club. But Rashi, okay, I'm glad to see that you're confident. Hopefully, by the time the show ends tomorrow, we'll see you during the post-game show to see how you feel at the time. He's saying we'll finish at Old Trafford. We'll find out tomorrow. Ganacho and Rashford masterclass incoming. Okay, I'll let you do all the talking. We'll do our talking on the pitch tomorrow. Speak of the devil, and he's here. Yeah. Let's see. David Washington certainly makes the bench tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I think he will. Whether he gets to play or not, yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. Rashi, how was the singing practice? Yeah, you told us he was at the choir practice at the time. Jackson will not score against Onana. Everybody can score against Onana, and you know that fully well. So let's see that happening. I don't think we lose it. We'll lose. It's a draw or a win. I don't think you guys will beat us tomorrow. I think maybe a draw. If anybody will wins, I think it will be Chelsea Football Club, in my opinion. Yeah, Onana, what a signing. I'm glad you like Onana, Rashi, if you're still listening. Onana scores against him. I like that one. Yep, Onana scores against himself. That's how I'm going to leave it. Was asking Jaskin to share the motivation, and chances are he's done that. I don't know. Let's see, Mr. Raja. Avoid using too many emojis. Use a 3 at most. Otherwise, I'm not sure what he's saying there. I just want to. Otherwise, Nightbot would delete your messages, and that's too many. Actually, it looks more as a spam. Actually, I'm gonna skip that one. Last time you beat us at Old Trafford in 2013, and you know fully well, Rashi, you cannot script football, and there's a chance that happens again. So I'm gonna go with Reece James. I know there won't be an argument there. He'll be back for this game, so I think James starts. But here's where I'm going to use the poll. I'm not sure Kukurea, whether the manager starts him, I'm not sure. But in my opinion, I think he should start. Yeah, I don't think I don't think Levi Kowa fulfills that role effectively. I think he lacks yeah, he does well defensively, but offensively doesn't contribute much. I get it. Some people will bring up the argument that he has an assist to his name. The goal he assisted Mihailo Mudryk. But beyond that, I think no, he's not effective at fulfilling that role, in my opinion. So I'm going to put up a poll now to ask you the question. And while you try to answer that, I'm going to try to start a poll. I'm going to try to plug in players in the other positions we have there. So I'm going to go left back position. Yeah, let's go. So we have Matson. That's just to consider him because he's still at the club, but I don't see him starting tomorrow. We have Cucurella, and then we have one more in Levi Cowell, because I don't see Cowell starting centrally tomorrow. So if he plays, he will most likely, but definitely be in the left back position. But let's see. Please try as much as you can not let your opinion drive your choice when you decide which player starts in the left back. And that's because we're trying to predict what the manager would do. Take your time, think about it. Who do you think the manager will start in the left back position? Part of me says maybe he will keep Levi Cowell, because we played with 4 center backs yesterday and our defensive line was solid. So maybe he will repeat that. But let me ask. So I urge you to please say as much as you can, not to let your opinion drive your choice. So that we'll try to be close to predicting the lineup correctly. Let's see what else we have here. If Rashford scores against Chelsea tomorrow, I will not watch our match again till next season. Wow. Set multimedia. That's some something there. Okay, if the could score versus Onana, Starling or Jackson will likely bag a hat trick tomorrow. And I expect Cole Palmer to score tomorrow. He's rested and probably will be fully ready for that game. Onana has bought down his gloves. So, yeah, the ball slips, even though he has some, what's it called, that helps not to reduce you can say the measure at which the ball slips off the hand of the goalkeeper, for lack of a better language there. Andres Santos would be sent out on loan upon his return. It's as simple as that, and that's because he hasn't played that much. So why keep him? Except if the manager trusts him that much that it doesn't matter that he hasn't played that much, that he's not playing at Nottingham Forest, then he gets a chance. But I think you're correct. He's going to be sent out on loan immediately without wasting time. Who said that? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 46 likes. Let's try and get it to 50 and shoot for 100 as soon as possible. Yeah, Colwell. You think it's going to be Colwell left back, Thiago Silva, Disasi, and Rhys James. Yeah, Badia Sheila, you could argue the manager probably will drop him. I'll be shocked if he starts. For him to start, it would be if Thiago Silva isn't playing. So it would see the pairing of the Sassi and Badia Sheila if Thiago Silva isn't playing. But it's difficult to say. That's why I haven't picked that. So Thiago Silva, I think, certainly starts. The question now is who pairs Thiago Silva. So I will use the poll to figure out that one. And is Cucurella eligible? Is he? I think he is. Isn't he? Yeah, he is. Yep, Cucurella is eligible. He is. Where's Footmob there? Yep, he is. Was it a straight red? Was it Cucurella? Was it a straight red against what game was that? What happened? What led to Cucurella's suspension? Cucurella is eligible. Yep, he's eligible. Yep, if you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong there. Rashford been playing right wing. Yeah, he's always on the flanks, so you could go with that. They have a lot of height, so might be Cowell for that sake. But aerially, honestly, I'm not concerned when Cucurella is playing because he's excellent aerially, in my opinion. He's saying, I think Cucurella has 5th yellow and he's missed a game already. Yeah. So if that's the case, he missed the last game. He didn't play, did he? Or am I living under the rock? So let's see. We'll look at suspension and injured player. He's available for selection, But from what Constantine, I agree with Constantine, but I'd argue from what I've seen so far, you could argue that Kukure is actually better aerially, but he's better than Livakoa aerially. Maybe I need to see more to, you could say, to conclude to come to that conclusion. But I'm not too concerned about Kukure's aerial ability. So let's see, injured and suspended player. We have only one player suspended, and that player is Conor Gallagher right now. Yep. So Kukure is available for selection because he was the suspension was only one. Reese is eligible. Yep. Favor. He solved his suspension, which was the last game, which was why we played the Sase in the right back position, and it was 2 yellows. It wasn't a straight red card. Which how many games? 2, I think. So let's see. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 47 likes. Let's try and get it to 50 as soon as possible. And you can also be clicking the 100% emojis at the bottom right of your screen, or this one here, or the heart emoji, the laugh emoji, whichever one you like, please. That helps us garner more likes, which in turn gets the YouTube algorithm to push the stream to more people who'll be interested in following the show. Gallagher suspended. That's I'm not gonna do that with you, Eugene. Go stop it, please. Let's see what do we do actually. Who plays for Gallagher's? There's space to accommodate one more player. Who's that gonna be? So we'll find out. You miss a game for 5. Yep, for 5 cards accumulation, and 2 games for 10 yellow cards. Really, for 10 yellow cards. Levi never marks tightly. Yep, he never gets closer to his man. So annoying. Let's see what else we have here. We are starting to see some consistency in lineups. Cucurella, Thiago de Sassi, Reece James, Enzo, Casado, Mudryk, Palmer, Starling, Jackson. I would like that 11. If Nkunku is fit, then drop Jackson. There's no way to tell whether Nkunku is fit to play. And I'm going to end this show in about 40 minutes plus. So Pochettino better show up on time. So let's see if he has anything to say. And I've been following those that usually provide us with comments from his presser. Nothing has come out yet. So why does he? Okay, there you go. Oh, there you go. We have news. We have reports are coming out from the presser. So I think we should go. Okay, I'll give him time if there's any need to change anything. Yep, and Nkunku will not be playing tomorrow, so we'll go through that tomorrow. We'll go through the comments from the presser in a few minutes. So just give me time here. We are starting to see. Yep, I think I agree with you. 10 points behind Aston Villa. Believe in top 4. Yeah, I mean we're lucky. Teams, you can say, a lot of teams haven't been winning that much, so that's why we were fluctuating between 10. Is it 12th? If we can start winning, but it would take a lot of work to get there. And I'm quite sure you yourself, you know that pretty much. Pot just said Nkunku and Lavia not ready. Yep, I've seen that on the screen too, but thank you for providing us with that. And we have big up to you too, Eric Shelby. Big up Chelsea fans. Are you ready to get smoked? Are you ready to get smoked at home, you too, Mr. Eric? It's tomorrow, so we'll find out by the time the man in the middle blows the final whistle whether you win or will win. But nice, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you dropped a like for us on the stream, and also go check out our sister channel called Soccer Perspective. There you can also come on the panel and talk about your club. It seems like you're a Manchester United fan, so you're always welcome here as long as you keep it civil and not take anything personal. Nkunku, sprinting hard, training, and not ready. Yeah. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. Again, the fact that we didn't see him in again in any of the pictures that we looked at yesterday's training pictures, that's not a good sign. And same as Romeo Lavia, we didn't see any of them in those pictures. So that was when we knew chances are, they're not going to play tomorrow. Maybe the next game. Probably the next game they'll probably start on the bench and not start the game. But they're close, so we don't want to risk anything. And I'm happy we're taking that approach, as we've been told before. When we addressed a report saying that the club wants to be ultra cautious with regards to the players being reintegrated or coming back in the players of fitness. We don't want to risk any setback. We don't want a situation where they come back and play 1-2 games and then be out for a while. He will go to Man City. Who will go to Man City? Okay. Oh, what Eugene is saying there, Paquita in January, he will unlock a football for us on another level. But I think Constantine Dante is correct. I think Paquita will go to Man City. They wanted them, actually. I think the deal fell through for some reason. I don't know. I can't quite remember what happened. But yeah, so they will still go back for him. He will go to Man City. But if we're interested, if we want to sign him, I think he'd come to us. But I think we're loaded in that department, and it doesn't look like we're looking to sign any more midfielders, in my opinion. Is he what class to you, Eugene? Yeah, because let's just stick with he's a good player. But let's hear what Eugene has to say, whether he thinks he's a good player. Cucurella, 44%, and that's how many votes? 9 votes. To me, given how many people will have watching, you can say that's a good sample size. 22% Levi Colwell. So let's go with Cucurella left back. To me, I think, he'd be more effective in fulfilling that role than Levi Colwell. But that's a chance the manager goes with Levi Colwell, and that's because what Constantine Dante mentioned, his height. But I'd say Cucurella is actually better than Levi Colwell aerially. Colwell, Thiago, the Sassi Reese will give Chelsea more balance at the back. Wow. Okay, Cuckoo and James are available. Cuckoo had 5 yellows. Yep, I thought as much too. Saying what he's done, in my opinion, not world class, and we should only go for world class talents from now on. And maybe that's what the club would do. Probably they've learned that having a bunch of young players is a good thing, but it takes time. So if they want, as we've heard, they want us to achieve a European place, which means we'd have to mix it up with more experience in world-class players. Nkunku won't be ready until January, guarantee it. A chance that may well be the case. Chances are we may not see him this December because we don't want to risk anything. And if we're doing well in his absence, why risk it? We want him to be back fit, fully fit, and stay fit, and not be back in play just 1-2 games and then be out again for the next 10 games. I don't think it makes sense. So let's go with a Cucurella. 58%, actually 12 votes in total thinks it should be Cucurella, and we have just 49 likes. People, come on, people, we should be doing better than 49 likes. Get the likes up. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't, and help us garner more likes. That will go a long way. Let's see, Eugene saying Paquita, most through balls in EPL, can control, dribble. He will be world class in City. I think the team you play in, will help you become world class. Yep. In City, he's still a little bit lazy at West Ham. Let's see, very, very dangerous player. Osimhen, yes, world class. You can argue that. Theo Hernandez, yes, world class. That's the left back I want at Chelsea. Hopefully, we're interested in signing Theo Hernandez. So I'm going to end this poll, and I'm going to ask the question: who pairs Thiago Silva? I think the Sassi is needed. He's aggressive. He's excellent aerially. He's decent on the ball. But but yes, as much as I like Badiashile, I don't like the pairing of Badiashile and Thiago Silva. That's because we lack balance when that's the case. We don't have a bit of aggression that we get from the Sassi, which makes our defensive line better. I don't want a situation where we'll have what you could argue Man United had for a while, where they had all ball playing defensive line. None of them, you can say, provides balance and you can say in the sense being more aggressive. So that's why, as much as I like the Sassi, I don't think he starts tomorrow. But I'm going to ask the question: who pairs the Sassi? Right, start a poll. Who pairs Thiago Silva? Because I think he starts tomorrow. Who pairs? Give me 1 second here. Who pairs Thiago Silva? Okay, we have Levi Colwell. Let's go with Colwell. Let's just go with the first names. Colwell, and we have Disasi. I think it should be Disasi. Thiago Silva is certainly starting. And then we have one more, what name? Badia Chile. As much as I like him, I don't think the manager starts him tomorrow. But let's see what happens. Let's hear you. And I said he pairs Thiago. I'm just gonna redo it, man. That's poor. I'm gonna redo it. Sorry about that. Even though I know you guys understand what I meant by that. So I'm gonna go again. Who? WHO pairs Thiago Silva. Just give me a second here. Who pairs Thiago Silva there? We have Colwell. Let's do Colwell. Give me 1 second there. Okay, Thiago Silva. So we have Colwell. This is C. And of course, Benoit Bad Boy Badiashile. I think Colwell, I don't think starts. For me, it's just to be fair, to be as inclusive as possible. Make sure I include everybody there. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. So we have. Do we need Paquita? I don't know. Eugene likes him. For me, I like Ismail Benessa. Did Chelsea ever? I don't ever hear that Chelsea are interested in signing him. But at one point, I think there were rumors at the time. That we wanted them. But that's by the way. We're packed in the midfield area. I don't think we'll be looking to sign him. Play a centre back. Okay, Badia Chile. Let's see what world class attacking midfielder around, because we need one. Houston, I think there aren't too many. The ones available, if any comes to mind, actually, and the ones we aren't available, you can say, and on their clubs probably aren't looking to sell. If we need attacking midfielders, they are all the ones available are still potentials. Like for instance, Ryan Cherky and what's his name? The one that played in Bundesliga, the German international. What's his name again? Ooh, we were linked with a move for him. I can't quite remember his name. He plays for Bayer Leverkusen, isn't he? Yeah, I think that's the club he plays for. Those are all potentials, but you could say experienced potentials, in my opinion, are capable of becoming world class if you bring them into a team like Chelsea Football Club. So there aren't too many attacking midfielders that you could say are available. On the Weeds was the name I was looking for. So thank you, the Chelsea boy. I'm saying Turkey. Remember, I class. You can say as a potential. I did tell you there are no attacking midfielder you can say that are world class that are available on the market. Yeah, players that will you say that are available on the market, attacking midfielders available on the market right now are all potentials. Pair Thiago Silva with the Sassi, mine is a beast. I think that's a good pairing, good balance. I think Poch will stick to the back line that started against Man City. Okay, Musiala, you can say Musiala. Would you say Musiala, in all honesty, is still a potential? I know he's good, but I don't think it makes sense to call him potential, to call him a world class if you can't call Weeds and Turkey world class. Yeah, but I get it. He's there. But is he available? No, he's not available. I don't see Bayern selling him. Plus, he's German. And Bayern, they hardly sell their German players. I know they do every now and then if they fall out in terms of a salary or usually salary, or they are fed up with the player's attitude or something like that. But Musiala, do I think Bayern will sell him? You'd have to pay 300 million to get him, in my opinion. Gavi, Would you say Gavi is world class? And plus, he's currently out injured, isn't he? And do you think Barca will sell him? I don't think so. I know we've been linked with a move for him, but I think those were all rumors at the time. Uh, I think it's still, for me, it's still potential in my opinion. Wheat was the name I would look. It was is it Florian Wheat? Yeah, he's an excellent player. Chucky, not even close to world class. That's what. Remember, before you crucify me, I did say world-class attacking midfielders, not too many available on the market. Some of them, anyone that comes to mind plays for a club that you know fully well will not be looking to sell them. And I did say, yeah, Turkey is still a potential. I did say that at the time. So don't crucify me, man. Weeds, world class? No, never said he's world class. The potential. He has the potential. Are you not paying attention to my disclaimer? Let's see. Barilla for that spine. Nicola Barilla is an excellent player, but do I see him as an attacking midfielder? More of a six, in my opinion. But he's a player. If we sign him, I'll take him. What a player he is! What a player he is. The question is, he's not available. It's not right now. If he is, I'd say if we can get him, get him. We wanted to sign him under Antonio Conte. At the time, he was still, you could say, a baby. Musiala started for a huge club, won titles. I don't think that's enough to say he's world class. And what has he won to back that up? In my opinion, I think for me, I think it'd be fair to say Musiala is still a potential, but he's good because he hasn't reached his prime, in my opinion. Musiala is unrealistic, and that's the problem. And I did say that Bayern will not sell him. He's German, and Bayern hardly sell their German players, except if they have a salary issue with the player. Barilla, I would take, can play attacking midfielder too. Yeah, because he has that vision, passing range, and he's an excellent player. I would take him anytime, any day. I wanted us to sign him when we heard the rumor that if he wanted to leave, that Chelsea will be his most likely destination. But yeah, he's not looking to leave. Attacking midfielder as well. Same role as Gala, but has more to his game. It's as simple as that. Barilla, definitely world-class Italian player, always available. You think? Let's see. I always available in terms of us having the opportunity to purchase him. Let's give it a shot. I will take him anytime, any day. And Prince Obioha, one day. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Thank you so much. Obioha is saying that Gavi is the best. But would you say he's world class right now? To me, he's still potential, in my opinion. Yeah. Nkunku and Lavia to start. What a solid formation that's going to be. They're both not going to start, we've been told. That's why if you look at the title has a question mark. So both of them, we're not going to see them tomorrow, unfortunately. But that time is near, if you ask me. So we look at it, this is 50-50. Wow. So this is 50%. Okay, not 50-50. Badia Sheila 30%, Levi Colwell 20%. I think I don't see Levi Colwell starting centrally. If anything, even if he gets to start, he'd play in the left back position. And I'm suspecting the manager may well do that. And that's because our defensive line did very well against Brighton and will be even stronger with Reece James offensively, because Reece James will definitely do better than the Sassi in the right back position offensively, because he overlaps, underlaps, and his overlapping runs will help whoever plays on the right side in the forward area. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, no worry. Barilla, attacking midfielder, I think, no, I don't see him as one, but I think we're basing that judgment on his playing ability, his attributes. He has good passing range, has good vision, and can also get you goals. So you can say maybe Barilla for the ends of for a hybrid of 8 and 6, I think he would do well. Yep, he'll actually be more, give us more, and that's because defensively defensively, more solid defensively than Enzo Fernandez. So yeah, but Barilla, anytime, any day, I don't mind I wouldn't mind Chelsea signing Nicola Barilla. If you start for a huge club, start for national team, you're pretty much world class. I mean, there's nothing wrong in that definition. But here's the thing: I think I need to see more from that player. Just as my argument, as you can see how how people throw around the term generational talent, which is sometimes they put that level on players that hasn't actually won anything just because they're talented. For me, I think just as the definition, just as you can say that term implies generational talent, you have to be good, you have to be talented, but dominate a certain generation of footballers to be called a generational talent. So, but I wouldn't say, I would say your definition isn't bad. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, maybe it works. But let's see what else we have here. We don't need any more signings except a striker. I think we need more than a striker. We don't actually have a traditional 10. We have players who are capable of playing in 10 positions, but traditionally and number 10s, in my opinion. We've already spent $1 billion on trust already. Wow. It's Gallagher, an attacking midfielder. Favor Barilla is that role. I'd rather Barilla a hybrid of 8 and 6, in my opinion. Depends how you define words. World class, but yeah, all good. Yeah, but I get it. I think your definition is arguably correct. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 54 likes, that's not bad. Let's see if we can get it to 100. We have you can say at least at most 1 hour. I don't think we get to that to round off the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And I'm gonna plug in these players. You can say, the most difficult part. Caicedo here. And on the other side, yeah, Enzo. Let me go with Enzo. Yeah, the most difficult part. I like to help you solve that problem. It looks like people have chosen Disasi to be the most likely pairing there, and I think he brings the perfect balance. With Thiago Silva and Colwell, or Thiago Silva and Badiashile, we don't have a balance. They're both players who are good on the ball, excellent passing range, but no any measure of aggression in their application of the game. So we need balance, which means Disasi correctly so will be the better pairing for with Thiago Silva. So Disasi on the right hand side. Disasi. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. And Silva on the left-hand side there. Just give me a second. Oh, Thiago Silva. Let's see anything else I have to adjust here. Saying I'd rather play Gallagher attacking midfielder than Barilla. Wow. Can you elaborate? I really want to. That's an interesting comment there. Let's hear you why you try to do that. I'm not gonna. I do not want to get into not an argument, a debate. Okay, for up front here, I'd go centrally. Palmer most likely. Here you can say that area actually selects itself, and that's because the absence of Conor Gallagher. So left hand side here. Mihailo Mudryk. Yeah, Mihailo Mudryk, and right wing Raheem Sterling. I think this will most likely be the starting 11. Here's where just give me a second. Here's where we might see a change there. Chances are there's a chance. I don't know the likelihood of but there's a chance what's his name? Levi Colwell start over Cucurella. Just like a lot of people in the chat has argued. We don't have too many options in terms for the left wing and right wing, especially now that Noni Madueke is out. So we'd most likely see these 3 players here. But I think Palmer, it makes sense that he starts centrally. Or maybe because we've seen the manager play play what's his name, Ian Matson in one of these 1, 2, 3 positions. Chances are he may well play him in one of those places, but we don't know. Broya over Jackson. I think Jackson starts. I get it. He didn't score the last time, but he did a lot. He did a lot of good stuff. Could have had 2 assists on the day. Had it not been for that, the excellent last-ditch defending from a Brighton defender, Eze could have had 2 headed goals. And that's down to Jackson's dribbling ability, his ability to run with the ball on his feet. I'd say Jackson start, but I'm going to use a poll anyway. But my concern is that if I use the poll right now, more people will be inclined to choose Broya because some of them don't like Jackson. But if you understand football, you can say Jackson, he's actually done a lot correctly. It's just as he's not being clinical in front of God, in my opinion. Do I think Jackson is a number 9? I think, no, he's not a number 9. But just let Jackson be Jackson. Sign another number 9 that you can pair together with Jackson, or let Jackson play as a second striker. I think he will do a lot for us. He will come good, but Jackson alone will not suffice. Let's see what else we have here. I'll use a poll. A favor, okay, just having a conversation there. Broya and Jackson may play together tomorrow. Ooh, not a bad idea, really. Broya starting as a number 9 and Jackson playing on the flanks. Either maybe or maybe just played or Palmer still. Yeah. That's a possibility. There's a possibility of, you can say, Jackson starting in the 10th position, but the application will be more of a second striker and not more of a 10. And then you have Broya here, and then have Sterling play in the left wing position while Palmer comes to the right wing position. That's another way, and I think it will be effective. Actually, I think that will yield good result for us. But you never know. Jackson start Broya too disciplined, and every time he steps onto the pitch, it just gets injured. Yeah. Let's see. Can you please elaborate on the good stuff, Coachila? You mean you're not gonna drag me to hellfire, my friend. I'm making it to heaven, and God knows I meant it. But that's, by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 54 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 60. So let's say I'm going to use the poll to decide who starts in the number 9 position. But what Nkunku says here has got me thinking. Chances are we'd see Broya and Jackson on the pitch. And that's easy to understand. With Jackson playing, with Broya starting in the number 9 position, why Jackson playing in the 10th position, but the application will be the application of a second striker, not as a 10. I think that will work, and believe me, that will be a productive, you can say, front line, in my opinion. But let's see what the manager does. Jackson starts. I think we've addressed that one, and they say, yep, don't really Broya to start. We'll find out. Let me put up a poll to see. But I hope we then got a result that will be driven by people's opinion rather than the player they believe the manager will select. Yeah, 54 likes, 6 more to get it to 100. Let's try and get it to that number. 55, 45 more to get it to 100. We can actually do that. Let's try and make it work. So I wanted to ask the question, number 9 position. Let's see, number 9 position. Do this. We have Broya. And just to be inclusive, let's mention Washington. And then we have Jackson. I think Jackson is going to start. But let's see. All right, let's go for it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 56 likes, so 4 more to get it to 60. Let's make it happen. Let's see what else we have here. Jerry Z still stuck in. I'm not gonna talk about that girl again. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And please just do me a favor. I get it. Let's be honest here. We're doing a predicted lineup. We're not saying we're not doing a preferred lineup. Had that been the case, I'd say go with your heart. Okay, but this time we're trying to predict the manager's a lineup selection for tomorrow. So try the best you can. Do some thinking, and yeah, you can say tell us who you think. Make a choice on the poll based on who you think the player you think the manager will select to play in the number 9 position. I don't think it would be Bro. I think it would be Nicholas Jackson, in my opinion. So while we wait for that, let's go through the manager's responses to the press conference. Just give me a second here. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. All right, we go for this one. I'm sure the presser has been over for a while, so we have time to go through his comments and see if any make sense to us. I'm not interested in that one. Tino Livramento wanted to leave, and Chelsea had no option than to sell him. So I'm not sure what they're saying. We can't keep all of them. I get it. We've missed out on some good play. We've let some good players go, but sometimes those players want to leave. Those players want to be starters at the time when you could argue they aren't ready. Let's see what else we have here. Sterling, so lucky. It doesn't matter how bad he plays. He always starts, and Nani injured now as well. Yeah, so he gets to start. Okay, the first item here 20 minutes ago says Mauricio Pochettino on the balance of the midfield with Conor Gallagher suspended. He says, I think it's not going to change too much. If you see the squad available for now, it's not difficult to see my decision. My choice, of course, I am happy. I'm sure we are going to do what? I hate expanding this. If you see the squad available for tomorrow, it's not difficult to see my decision or my choice. Of course, I am happy. I am sure we are going to do a good game. Wow. Okay. Thank you for saying that. And Mauricio Pochettino on Eric Ten Hag, a fantastic coach. I don't know why they ask such questions. It's not like the manager will ever at any time say a coach is a bad coach. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. Fantastic coach. I remember when I was at Tottenham, we had a semi-finals of the Champions League against Ajax. I think it's good to see him after 4 years because after the semi-finals, we have not had the pleasure to meet. Okay. Let's see, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see. So Poch is saying that Gallagher not too important. Is that how you see it? Maybe I just say maybe he's saying we're not going to miss him that much. Gallagher suspended. It's a signal to us for letting him go out of titular team and bring Lavia. He has his value, but he committed too many mistakes. Lavia isn't ready. Lavia is not available for selection according to the manager. And this is saying Mauricio Pochettino on why Chelsea play better against better teams. I explained, if you follow my press conference, it's to me more consistent, more like a team. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that particular comment there. And this is saying Mauricio Pochettino on whether he is looking to reduce the squad size. No, not massive. We are happy with the squad from the beginning of the season. We're dealing with too many injuries. Welcome to Chelsea. This is not Tottenham. So I think he's learned, he's starting to understand the importance of us having a large squad. Not massive. We're happy with the squad from the beginning of the season. We deal with too many injuries. If you see tomorrow, the squad, too many young guys will be involved. Wow. Okay. Too many young guys will be involved. Mauricio Pochettino on Man United's biggest threat. Let's see what he has to say with regards to that one. interesting things there. Keep dropping likes on the stream, people. 58 likes, 2 more to get us to 60. Let's make it happen. Here it says the pace of offensive players. We did say that of offensive player, we cannot allow them to transit. We need to be clever in the way we are going to try. Rashford, Garnacho, different players that can transit really quick and try to play in the opposite half. We knew that. We did talk about that when the show started. Let's see anything else here. Okay. Let's see. I don't know the meaning of that, I have to be honest with you. Wouldn't he say we're gonna miss Gallagher? It's important player for us. I think I like the way he put I like his response to that question. Yeah, not too much. And that we have good enough squad to find someone else to play in that position. I agree with you. If anything, if Gallagher, you say if he plays tomorrow, that's not me saying he's a bad player. That's the sort of game where he gets carded easily, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. We've addressed that one, and we have this one too. This one here saying Mauricio Pochettino on whether the Brighton game has strengthened the team's character. Let's see this in full. When you analyze the game, you feel proud. The way we start the first half against a very good team, after our situation, tried to change our feelings after Newcastle. Very tough game for us, not only because it was Brighton, but because that game followed the Newcastle game where we were trashed. I think I was tired after the game and didn't understand the questions and thought the players deserved more credit. It's about being all together, the desire to belong to the club. This group of players are fighting together. If we feel like this, we can evolve and develop in any type of way. You can say that game is a serious confidence booster for us. We showed character, in my opinion. Getting carded is part of our footballing philosophy now, coach. You could argue that, but Gallagher playing against Man United, I think he'd take too much risk, and chances are would end up ending the game with 10 men. He's not quite polished yet. He's still erratic. As much as I don't think he's a bad player. Let's see what else we have to address here. Mauricio Pochettino asks, does he struggle to know what to expect from Chelsea? Okay, let's see what he has to say. No, only once this season. There was only one game, Newcastle, that we were all disappointed because we expected a different performance from the team. In 5 months, only once we were consistent in our performance. We get the result we deserve. Disappointed with the Newcastle game. Too many red cards this Premier League. Yeah, you could argue that too. This one here, Mauricio Pochettino, on whether he was glad not to get the United job. That's not necessary to go through that one. Pochettino was asked, do you feel sorry for Ten Hag? No, I'm only a coach that tries to do my job. What sort of questions did they ask during that press? Nobody asks anything important. Such questions as what will happen? How when Nkunku comes back, where is he gonna play and who makes way? Such technical questions. What about Lavia? What happens when he comes back? Where will he play and who makes way? Mauricio Pochettino on the noise surrounding Manchester United. I am focused on my job. We need to do better. It's a process I cannot explain, but never compare with another club. We are building something we believe is going to be amazing. It's about a period of time. Yeah, I agree. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I think a few more comments and then we'll call it a day. Mauricio Pochettino was asked if it's a good time to play Manchester United. That's a risk. That's where what's it called? What's the term I use for it? The charity FC mentality sets in. And I don't want us to say. Hopefully, the players aren't like the players are not like a Constantine Dante who's saying it's a good time to play them. The form of late have been awful. We must not forget that Charity FC is well and truly in existence. When you think we'd mop the floor with the team, they show up and we end up losing that game. Newcastle United, I'm quite sure a lot of people thought before that game that we were going to clinch all 3 points. Yeah, it turns out they had other plans. They did very well against us, deservedly so. They mopped the floor with us. So yeah, I don't think we should be going to that game with the mindset that we're going to beat them because they're in a poor run of form. It would be a huge risk. No one cares about Ten Hag. We don't. No, we don't. We're Chelsea. De Bruyne, Jude, Musiala, and Jamal Musiala, Jude Bellingham voted top 3 attacking midfielders in the war, and rightly so. De Bruyne, for me, you could argue he's the current assist king. And Jude Bellingham, wow, he's been in brilliant form. He's not a number 9, but he's scoring goals as if he's a number 9. Musiala has been excellent. Yeah, he's been excellent both for Germany and for Bayern Munich. So yeah, I think I agree with that. I have a good feeling about this match. United's fixtures on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. But let's see. Coach, you said Musiala not world class. Yeah, that's my opinion. He still has a long way to go. I count him, as you can say, as one of the best youngest players in world football. But that's just my opinion. And given the fact that he's just won that, and the fact what your definition of world class, you could argue he's a world class player. It's a good argument, in my opinion. But what has he really achieved? I think you should. And you remember, if you remember this, Constantine, I did agree with your definition of world class. Plays for one of the best teams in world football, represents Germany too. Yeah, you can argue he's world class, but in my opinion, I think he hasn't. I don't think we've seen half of what Musiala is capable of doing, and that's because he hasn't reached his peak. His peak is still very young. So we'll find out in due time whether he's won, in my opinion. But given your definition, I'll say yes, he's world class. He has to prove himself yet. I don't think he has yet. I don't think he has yet. He's just one of the best young players in world football right now. That's what I'd like to call him. Categorize him, maybe. These owners don't sign world-class players. That's another way to say it. Our bench tomorrow will be under 21s. Given how many players we have out injured. Okay, so coach, I have to be top 2 in position to be world-class. I'm not going. What did I do to you this morning, Constantine Dante? I'm actually not going by the rankings. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going by the rankings. I'm still saying he's still very young. He still has a long way to go. You could to me, he's a potential and one of the best young players in world football right now. I'm just gonna go by that. Yeah, in my opinion. What has he achieved really? Maybe I could be on the bench tomorrow. Maybe just let us know that. You could hold a placard that says, "Yeah, this is me, BRZ. I'm on the bench too." That's Chelsea for you. All right. One more like to get it to 60 likes. Let's make it happen, people. And we have a total of 846 views. Let's try and see. Let's see if it gets to 1,000 as soon as possible. I think we can. Mauricio Pochettino unknown in Madrid can Leslie Gochukwu injuries. Leslie feels something this week. Nani after Brighton also a minor problem. Hope that soon they will be available for the team. Yeah, he leaves it there because those two you could say are not starters for Chelsea Football Club. And the next comment from the presser as Mauricio Pochettino is asked, will Romeo Lavia be involved? Okay. His response was that Romeo is doing well also, but it's not going to be involved. I think it's simple logic, really. We've seen pictures of training pictures, and we've not seen any of them. Training pictures and video, we've not seen any of them in proper practice with their teammates. We've just seen them on the grass, running, training alone. Maybe against Everton. And if we're doing well, the club also are not going to be in too much in a rush to to bring them back because, as I've said 1,000 times, I don't think the club would like a situation where any of them comes back, gets injured after playing just 2 games and be out for 3, 4, 5 games in a row. We don't want to see that happen. I think we're being ultra cautious, and that's the language the club used the last time they talked. They talked about how they want to take their time to reintegrate players after a return from injury. So this one here, Mauricio Pochettino is asked, will Nkunku be involved? No. But I'm not sure what to make this. Uh, has two parts that are contradictory. What's the correct way to say it? Actually, sorry, English isn't my first language. But let's look at this again. First, he said no, and then he says hope so. I'm not sure what to make of that particular line in this comment. Yeah, he's not involved tomorrow. I think it is like we always tell you, it's about assessing day by day. Sometimes we get excited and we want to have the player as soon as possible. I think we need to read this all through in its entirety. So he says, I think it is like we always tell you, it's about assessing day by day. Sometimes we get excited and we want to have the player as soon as possible. But I think we need to be careful. But why is he confusing us? Why no and why hope so? So I'm not too sure what to make of that one. So you could go, if going by this, you could say we may well see Nkunku on the bench. Yeah, but the truth remains, I'm not too sure what to make of that. And yeah, I think that's it. We've gone through the injury list, and nothing new has emerged in terms of news. So if you're there, if you have any questions or anything else you want us to talk about, you go ahead and put it up there, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. And if I can't, I'll have those in the chat help me answer your questions. And you know I don't know everything. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, you're a right winger. Okay. Hopefully we get to see you. So when you make it as a footballer, we'd look back and say BRZ used to be in the chat here. He's a member of our community, and we get to interview on the panel. What about Griezmann? Would you take him? I'll take him. I had issues. Here's the thing with Chelsea signing him at a time when the news of him and what's his name, Ousmane Dembele, making fun of an Asian man that was Asian man. Was it men? Was it 2 people at the time? You can say, let me just go, Asian man who was in the hotel room to help them fix the game they were playing. They were making fun of him. When that came out, it was, you can say that's racism. I didn't want us to sign in at the time. And you could argue that may well be because at the time we still had, I think we still had Yokohama tires. We had a sponsor, not 3. I think we still had sponsorship deals with some Asian companies at the time. So it would have been an issue to sign either him or Dembele at the time, because you'd have to answer to those big Asian countries at the time that were sponsoring Chelsea while you signed them. But looking at it, he actually didn't say much. It was Dembele who did much of the talking at the time, and Griezmann was just laughing. Just give me a second here. Griezmann was just laughing, but he was complicit in my opinion, because he could have asked him, should have at the time asked Dembele to stop. But that's, by the way, I'll take him. He's an excellent player who can play multiple positions. I am great. Great option for Poch, coach. Okay, let's see that happen. Why would we need Griezmann? He's a fine player, but I don't think we'd sign him. His salary, I know, probably out of this world. Is he world class? You could say that. He won the World Cup, right? And you could argue he's world class. Yeah. Leslie and Nani re-injured. That's new. Yeah, I think we should start using that term with Chelsea fan. Yeah, both re-injured. I agree with you. And we have we're gonna win. I hope we win. Nani is literally a sick note at this point. Wow. Palmer is that Griezmann. Yep, I think he's a better. I think he has the potential to become better than Griezmann, but Griezmann is an excellent finisher, can create too. Who is younger, Griezmann, Giroud? Giroud is Griezmann is younger. Yep. How old is Griezmann? Griezmann isn't up to. Is that up to? Is he 30 yet? Yeah, Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann age. Let me check that. Antoine Griezmann age. Oh, he's 32. Oh, Olivier Giroud age. I think Giroud should be older. Oh, yep, Giroud is 37. Yep, so he's getting there. Yeah, I think they are of some age. They're not. Griezmann 32. That was what the age I mentioned, right? Yep, 32. So Giroud is 5 years older. So it's not close. Griezmann is playing world class as an attacking midfielder, and he's played there for France actually. It's a position we need one of most important going forward. I think I agree with you. Let's see, Liao, Musiala, and Osimhen. I don't think we can. We need. I don't think we can sign Liao even if we want him. But that's probably why I want to say thank you to all of you for finding the time to join this particular show, this particular morning. 59 likes. If we can get more to get it to 60, I'd really appreciate that. But thank you to all of you. I cannot thank you enough. I thank you to S for finding the time to join. And thank you, Constantine Dante. Much love to you. Thank you, JC. Nice to see you, Pedro. Nice to see you, brother. The Chelsea boy, 1234. Nice to see you, brother. And who else? BRZ. Much love to you. And the Blue Tiffle Game, who was here, who was in the chat a few minutes ago. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.